Let's do this. Happy Friday, Cotter and Marshall Show. Hop on the stream this morning, man. Join the horde. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We live stream the show every day, 4 hours. Hang out with us during the show on the air, during commercials and songs. It's a lot of fun. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. As always, you can listen to the show. Just download the app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. Check us out at rock1061.com. Marshall, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Labor Day weekend,
yes,
everyone.
So I got a haircut for the first time since, 12 decades ago. No, I think March of 2020. I literally got it cut right before things got shut down.
Right.
And then I'm like, screw it, I'm letting it grow. I got to a point I couldn't take it anymore, man.
Mm-hmm.
Went in, got it all hacked off.
Looking svelte this morning.
Feel good.
Looking svelte.
Feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like a homeless man anymore.
You're right. You only had to hold on to that feeling for a good almost 2 years.
The hair's gone. Very excited about that. Very excited about this weekend. Labor Day weekend. Take some time off. Fire up the grill. Have a good time. Hopefully everybody's got some good Labor Day weekend plans. It should be a good weekend.
I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, Cake Day is tomorrow for everyone who watches this on the live stream. We're essentially giving away free ice cream cake at 1 o'clock at Double Asian Brewing Company. One and all, please join us.
Yeah.
Free ice cream cake. We're going to be hanging out, slugging beers, and celebrating the American worker, which is us.
Ice cream cake while supplies last.
Right.
We're bringing one.
It's not like we're going to have like a ton of ice cream cake.
We're
going to have an adequate amount of ice cream cake that will last an adequate amount of time.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Adequacy. It's all you can expect from us.
Exactly. Us and our penises.
Coming up on the show today, going to be joined by Travis Jaudon of Hot Grits Podcast. He's going to join us for Beer for Breakfast at 9 o'clock. We've got Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Earlier this week, got a chance to talk to Chris Jericho.
That's right.
This guy does absolutely everything. He's just amazing. So we've got that interview coming up for you at 8 o'clock. Going to talk about the show at Victory North Savannah. Got to talk about, AEW's All Out, which is going on this weekend. So we'll mention that with Chris as well. Call, comment, and text today. Who's the grossest person that you've ever lived with? And what did they do that was just too much for you? I got a guy. We'll talk about that at 7 o'clock. I'm going to hear your stories as well. I'm going to kick off the show about last night. Georgia is getting some money for the tourism. McDonald's. It is an ongoing joke that their ice cream machines never work.
Right.
The FTC is looking into it. It has gotten that bad. And we'll kick off the show with a story about Bigfoot. Is it legit? Is this the first actual video of Bigfoot?
Probably not.
Maybe. We'll find out. About last night kicks off the show next. Cotter and Marshall. Here's Mammoth WVH. It's Don't Back Down. Rock 1061.
Okay, everyone. Welcome to the Friday of Labor Day weekend. Heather, Jess, Wanda, Gibby, all good morning, my friends. Thanks for joining us nice and early.
What is up, everybody? Thank you, Wanda. Yep, cut all the hair. It's gone. It's just long overdue. I was very nervous because I went in there, didn't make an appointment, and I was just like, hey, I need to walk in. Guy's like, cool, follow me. Sat down in his chair. He's like, what do you want? Showed him a picture of a haircut I had like 2 years ago. He looked at it for 2 seconds and went, all right, I got it. Then he got it. I was impressed.
All right, guys, so Cake Day is tomorrow for those who can make it, 1 p.m. over at Double Asian Brewing Company in Richmond Hill. We will have a big-ass ice cream cake. We'll also have free beer for the first 20 people who show up. Your first beer is on us, courtesy of Double Asian Brewing Company and our buddy Dave over there. So Richmond Hill, the location, it's like right off the 95. You take that exit that I think it says like Fort Stewart.
Yeah.
You take a right. You take an immediate right. You go down like a mile and a half, and it's right along the 95. You literally can see it from the 95. Mm-hmm. So it's super easy. And would love for you guys to join us. And anyone who is a part of our Fantasy Football League, I don't know if anyone is quite on the stream yet from our Fantasy Football League. We'll be doing our draft like immediately from there afterwards, just so we can kind of be together and talk crap to one another. But so we'll be doing some time out at Double Asian Brewing Company tomorrow afternoon.
And then coming up on the show today, we'll announce the final 6 members of the Fantasy Football League. So that's going to happen for the end of the 7 o'clock hour today.
Yeah, I sent an email out to everyone who's a part of the league, and I think everyone but 3 or 4 people have confirmed.
I will also bring you money tomorrow for your league. I know the cutoff was noon today, so I apologize. Tomorrow, I'll have it to you.
You can also just PayPal it.
I don't have PayPal or Venmo or any of that. You'll get cash, and you'll like it.
Or maybe I'll just find someone else to join the league. You're going to have that attitude, asshole. How about fuck you? Jeez, you'll like it. How about you like it? Let's see. It's rained off and then it ran right back to me, and I call it. Oh, okay. Wanda saved a kitten as soon as she got into an Airbnb because it was raining.
Excuse me, I'm going to have to list this up real quick. Yeah, the news hasn't updated. Awesome.
Let's see. Heather says, so UGA is taking on Clemson tomorrow. Go Dogs. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for the game. I'm probably going to watch some of it, but I don't feel good about the Dogs this year. Maybe I'm just being a little bit skeptical. Heather.
They're in the top 5.
Yeah. You know what Clemson is? 1, I think. Or 2.
All right, guys, got about 15 seconds. Be right back. A Bigfoot expert says a recent sighting caught on video is unlikely to be a hoax. Ladies and gentlemen, it's confirmed. Bigfoot is real. All right, seriously, I'm not typically one to jump on the Bigfoot is real bandwagon.
This is the story that tips you over into the believability?
But this new video that was shot in Idaho, it's pretty damn impressive.
It is really good. It's really short, though.
As always.
Where's the rest of the video?
Yes.
What was happening at that situation? What happens after we see this Bigfoot? So the video, I mean, pretty decent quality. It is zoomed in over, I would say, a good length.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it shows a possible Bigfoot. And it was described by Paul Seaburn of MysteriousUniverse.org as big. Hold on. No, wait. It gets better. Big head, a big butt. What's up? What's up? Big body, thick legs, large arms. He said that would have to be a pretty large human to be a person inside of a costume. Along those lines, if it was a human in a costume, its wardrobe assistant managed to find one with a pretty snug fit. So Bigfoot's real?
I mean, it's by far the cleanest video I've ever seen of an alleged Bigfoot sighting. I mean, typically they're zoomed in way more. They're smaller. They're grainier. You really don't get a whole lot. I mean, it's Bigfoot or it's a really impressive suit.
It's got some good detail to it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got it looks just like a, how do I describe it? I mean, it looks like Bigfoot. I mean, it 100% looks like Bigfoot. It's got black skin. It's got like the hair. It is thick. I mean, it's got a badonkadonk. I mean, this is the sexiest possible Bigfoot I've ever seen on video.
I mean, Seaburn says the video caption notes that the level of detail present in the suit makes it unlikely to be a hoax. However, without additional background information, it's impossible to say what's going on because they don't know who uploaded this video. It's not like somebody raising their hand over going, ooh, it's me. The video was posted by something called NVTV. They claim to have the largest database of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, skunk ape.
Oh, stopping you right there. What's a skunk ape?
I don't know. What's a yowie?
Is it literally a skunk and an ape combined?
That's dangerous.
Are you saying they got it on?
That's dangerous.
There's a skunk ape baby out there?
Oh, dear Lord. They've also got videos of werewolves, dogmen, and cryptid. I don't know what half of those are.
Me neither, but now I'm going to spend my entire Labor Day weekend looking at NVTV. Thanks a lot, Cotter.
You got to check out this video. Now, the one big catch here, besides the fact that it's probably fake, is that it has not been registered on the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization website. I guess they're the be-all, end-all when it comes to Bigfoot. They haven't recognized it yet.
Oh, they haven't recognized it.
They haven't recognized it yet.
Recognize their greatness.
And
wow.
Until they do, I don't know if I can buy in.
Well, this is interesting, but the video itself is really, really good. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw the video on our live stream. So if you are watching us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, I'll put the link in the comment section of the live stream so you guys can check it out and determine yourself. But honestly, with the way Cotter's talking about it, you can probably tell by the inflection of his voice how excited he is
awesome.
in regards to this video. Bigfoot, 100% currently in Utah. I mean, do you think there's just one?
I mean,
is there an underground society of thousands of Bigfoots? Will they rise to dominate us like those apes did in the movie?
Yes. This is how we get to Planet of the Apes.
Wow.
It's just Bigfoot.
Planet of the Bigfoots.
Yes, it's Planet of the Bigfoots.
Christ.
Everybody thought it was going to be robots. Nope, Bigfoots. If you've been into a McDonald's more than once, chances are you've experienced the ice cream machine being broken. Well, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, is officially looking into it. Got that story coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Sorry, just grabbing that video real quick. Boom. Shakalaka. All right, there it is. Just in case you want to check it out yourself, guys, there is the video of the Bigfoot sighting. It's the first video on that page, and it is just pretty good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not really mad at it.
No, by far it is the best, hey, we've found Bigfoot video I've ever seen.
Yeah. Heather goes, what about the Georgia Bulldogs? Don't downplay them dogs. I'm not trying to downplay them. I'm just emotionally broken by them. How about that over the years?
So my favorite Bulldog story, because I mean, like any, fandom, Bulldog fans can be, rabid, fanatic.
Yeah.
So my favorite story, somebody who used to work here, her husband, they're just massive Bulldog fans to the point where when Bulldogs play Florida, they don't invite friends of theirs that are Florida fans to their house because they know it's just going to end poorly. They know it'll end in a fight. Well, her husband was wearing a Georgia Bulldog jacket during a game. I want to say it was against Florida, but I'm not 100% sure. Bulldogs lost. He got so upset that they lost that he took off his jacket and tried to rip it up and tear it up. He couldn't do it. So he went outside, threw it on the floor, and pissed on it. That's how mad he was with the Bulldogs' loss. I'm like, you guys need to chill. Just a little bit need to chill.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit, though. All right, guys. Let's see. Yeah, coming up, we're talking about McDonald's kind of slightly in trouble because of their stupid ice cream machine. We'll also talk about how Governor Brian Kemp has thrown out almost $6 million in some coronavirus relief funds to the tourism industry. Also on the show today, obviously, we'll be playing a portion of our interview back with Chris Jericho at 8 a.m. Our full live interview will go live on YouTube at 8:15 a.m. And we'll share that on all of our social media pages later on today, too. So just in case you want to sit down and watch, I think we sat down and talked for about half an hour.
Yeah, it was about half an hour.
On Tuesday. You'll be able to go to our YouTube page and actually check out the entire interview. I mean, I literally I cut off the beginning and end, popped on our intro and outro, and that was kind of it.
Yeah. So at the very end of the interview, he talks about a time Fozzie actually played Savannah. It was very early on. I mean, it was before I got here. So it was like early 2000s. And he went into Gigi Allen, who is a legendary punk singer guy, just known for being vile, disgusting, and just kind of a weird person. We got a buddy who knows Gigi Allen or knew Gigi Allen very well. He's passed away a long time ago. Well, his backup band still tours, and Fozzie opened up for them, and he said it was one of the worst shows ever. Now he did bring up, hopefully he can come in studio. I won't be here the weekend that he's here, but hopefully we'll be able to get him in studio, and you and him can do a special live stream.
Yeah,
and he said he'd tell the story of the time he came to Savannah and played with a bunch of skinheads.
Yeah. Hopefully that works out. So Fozzie's going to be in on Friday, October 8th. And, we'll try to do a special live stream, see how his schedule works out that day. And once we know, we'll let you all know so you can join in.
All right, so here's a weird thing. Came across. Not that they use this character much for advertising anymore, but remember Grimace, McDonald's?
Mm-hmm.
Big purple blob?
Yeah.
Well, a longtime manager at McDonald's in Canada, name is Brian Bates, just won an award for Outstanding Manager of the Year. And he did an interview. In this interview, he claimed Grimace is actually supposed to be a giant taste bud.
Yeah, I heard about this.
He says McDonald's has never officially said so, but it's what he's always been told over the years. And according to the story, if you look at the taste buds on your tongue under a microscope, they do kind of look like big purple blobs.
Huh.
That's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, what else could it be? Is that or an eggplant? And I don't think eggplants are served at McDonald's. So, yeah, I mean, Grimace is a giant taste bud.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wonder what, marketing person, did that deep, dark research and was like, oh, yeah, we'll do this.
Kids love taste buds.
Charles is asking, he goes, so we can build out spaces for Verbos. Can I get some of that stimmy money? And yes, absolutely you can. Speaking of Airbnbs and Verbos, so I got a message from the Airbnb that I booked for Welcome to Rockville.
Okay.
Stating that they were canceling my reservation because they had a family emergency.
That sucks.
2 months out. 3 months out, right?
They're planning this.
All of September, all of October, half of almost 3 months out, they canceled because of a family emergency. A family emergency. So we're like, well, thanks for screwing us over.
Yeah, that's an interesting excuse.
So now I don't even want to go to Welcome to Rockville. They emotionally beat me down. Yeah, I don't know why. That they literally just said, and then we were like, okay. They're like, they said, we'll try to help you find a new place. We're like, okay, we're trying to stay within that price range that we rented your place at. They're like, okay, we'll see what we could do. We have not heard from them. Yeah, they refunded us, Wanda. Yeah, they refunded us. Charles goes, you got outbid. I don't know how I got outbid. I mean, I literally booked it. I booked it at this point, 2 months ago. I mean, it wasn't it was 200. How much was it? It was $200 a night or something to the effect of that. A little over, actually. So, yeah. So, cool. And it's not like Daytona's flush with places to stay right now for Welcome to Rockville weekend. Currently, there's some condos you can rent that are ridiculous when it comes to price. I had a 3-bedroom house or a 2-bedroom house. So cool. So I'll probably mess around with trying to figure that out this weekend.
All right. There we go. Sorry. Our news did not update this morning, so I'm trying to deal with that as well. My apologies. All right, we got just under 2 minutes. Talk about McDonald's. The FTC cracking down. It just seems like they must be really bored at the FTC. I don't know. Seems like an odd thing.
The Federal Trade Commission sounds like hell. It sounds like a place that I would not want to work at.
Yeah, I get that. Outside of the benefits, I don't know. Most government jobs seem like they just be a drag.
Mm-hmm. Clemson is number 2 on the coaches poll, to go back to what I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't feel good about Georgia. I'm sorry. For negative Nancy. When they win this weekend, you can talk shit to me on Monday.
I still I feel bad that it got scheduled like that. You have 2 teams in the top 5. One of them will be out of the top 5 as of this weekend. I mean, just automatically. The loss drops them. So, I mean, unless they can make a game of it. I mean, I guess you can make the argument if it's just a close effing game at both teams, but nah.
Charles says for $200 a night, I could sleep on an air mattress in his hotel room. Too good to me. Too good to me. Lee says, how's my team looking? You got Russell Wilson, Alvin Kamara, Hopkins, Deontay Johnson, Gesicki, Sanders, and Colts defense, six-man Gaskins. I like it. I like it. I don't love it. Yeah. We're going to pretend like it's Cold Stone Creamery. I like it.
All right, guys, be right back. So the running joke with McDonald's is that their ice cream machines are always broken. Well, it's gotten so bad that the FTC is looking into the problem. Story number 2 about last night. This is according to a report from the Wall Street Journal. The Federal Trade Commission is looking into why McDonald's ice cream machines are always broken.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, it does seem to be an ongoing issue, but seem like a waste of the FTC's time.
What else do they do?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
They got time for stupid stuff like this. If Congress can sit down and bring in actors to hear their thoughts on stuff that they probably shouldn't have thoughts on,
right.
FTC has got time to dive into this whole, conspiracy that McDonald's only shut down their ice cream machines when I want it, mostly. Sonic has the same issue. So
Really?
Sonic.
They're next.
Sonic needs to be investigated as well. So apparently, franchise owners of McDonald's have reportedly complained the ice cream machines are complicated and that fixing them when they break is, in quotation marks, hard.
So the FTC sent letters to McDonald's franchises this past summer regarding what's going on with the ice cream machines. Now, I guess they require a nightly automated heat cleaning cycle. It takes like 4 hours, and the cleaning cycle can fail. And if that happens, you can't use the machine. Somebody's got to come in to actually fix it.
Is it like just pressing a reset button? Like, how hard can it be?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know the integral pieces of an ice cream machine. I guess I've never really owned one. Well, McDonald's claims to understand the frustrations and apparently has devoted a team to solving this ice cream issue. But still, franchise owners are telling Wall Street Journal that they're tired of being the butt of many jokes. But honestly, they deserve it. I mean, if it wasn't such a ridiculous ongoing problem, and it just hasn't been a thing for wow, the last 2 years, where's all the ice cream been at McDonald's? It has been going on for since they essentially added in ice cream.
You think by now they could just come up with a better machine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the technology is there to do almost anything at this point.
I feel like they should just hire an Amish guy and just make it by hand in the back.
Just churn in the ice cream.
Just churn in the ice cream.
Churn in the ice cream.
Honestly, it'll never break. Maybe, eventually. But you know what? Get another one. They're around.
Yeah, that's true.
What do they got going on? Building barns?
So
make my ice cream, damn it.
If the FTC looks at this, what are they going to do? I mean, what's the end game for the FTC? A slap on the wrist?
Yeah. Well,
what can they do?
They're going to wag their finger, and then they're going to fine them. Fix your ice cream machine.
You think they're going to fine McDonald's over this?
If they don't fix it?
I mean, but is it against the law to have a broken ice cream machine?
It should be, Cotter. It damn well should be. When it's hot outside, I want some freaking ice cream, all right?
Fair enough. All right, coming up next, Governor Kemp is directing almost $6 million toward the tourism industry in Georgia. We'll talk about that after Soundgarden. It's Fell on Black Days. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
I think I came up with a pretty ingenious idea to fix it. Hire an Amish guy, man.
Back there churning the ice cream. I'm going to fire up some coffee. I'll be right back.
That's old Willie back there, just churn away, making some vanilla. Let's see. Sean says, happy Friday, Horde. Wish my rental was free. I get you in for cheap. LOL, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, like 10 minutes from the track. What the hell, man? Why can't I stay there, Sean? Look me up, my man. I'm telling you, I haven't had a McFlurry in a minute, but they do hit. They do hit, Wanda. They absolutely do hit. When in need, McFlurry indeed. All right, guys, coming up next here in just a few moments, we're going to be talking about Brian Kemp. Yes, a governor dropping down quite a bit of money to help out tourism in Georgia, although tourism was actually higher in Georgia than it was in 2019. So why this is exactly needed, maybe it's more of a, extended help out from 2020. But anyway. We'll talk about that coming up here at the next break. And then top of the 7 o'clock hour, our question of the day. Who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with? And what do they do to make it just too much for you? So that's our question of the day. If you feel free and you got a story for us, go ahead and drop it into the comments. Or if you got a great story that you want to share with us via phone call, call us up, 1-800-394-1061. You can also text us at that same number. But once again, our question of the day, who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with? And what do they do to make it just too much? So go ahead and drop in your stories into the chat. Or once again, feel free to give us a call. My story will be in regards to my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he's something. You'll hear that story.
Not as many, but solid ones on Facebook.
Yeah, I saw yesterday afternoon we had like 5 or 6, but they were pretty good stories.
Yeah. So, like I said, not as many, but solid ones.
Juana says, I haven't been going to McDonald's either. Been hitting the DQ because the peanut butter parfait is my favorite. I used to mess with peanut butter parfaits quite a bit. I haven't in quite some time. I will definitely say my ice cream consumption in 2021 is much lower than 2020.
Yeah, I mean, I really like ice cream. I don't eat a lot of it. I just never do. I do like Stone Cold or Cold Stone Creamery. I always do that wrong. Cold Stone Creamery. I do like that place. That place is good. I love it when we lived in Wilmington. Basil's had Yo Basil's. It was, right when frozen yogurt was huge.
Mm-hmm.
That place was awesome.
They opened up a frozen yogurt place right over here.
Did they?
Right where Toys R Us used to be, the Burlington Food Factory, like right in front. They were right by CC's Pizza. They just opened up a brand new frozen yogurt Italian ice place.
Interesting, because there used to be one there a while ago.
Yeah, they just opened up another one.
Okay, cool.
I passed by it the other day. I'm like, oh, look at that. Look at that little fella. Good for them. Opening up with maybe a month's worth of business until they will absolutely close again.
All right, got about 40 seconds. Final story about last night.
Once we get back from this story, there is a follow-up to the Jake Paul, Tyrone Woodley debate.
Oh, dear Lord.
Featuring Mike Tyson.
Why not?
Yeah, we'll get Mike Tyson's thoughts on what happened with that fight. But we'll talk to you guys after the break about that.
All right, guys. Going to be right back. The Georgia tourism industry is getting an almost $6 million boost thanks to Governor Kemp. The program is called Ready, Set, Georgia. Story number 3 about last night. Ready, Set, Georgia. It's the new program being put into place. Governor Brian Kemp is directing $5.8 million in federal coronavirus relief. It's toward the tourism industry in Georgia. Now, I get it. I mean, it's a big part, especially of our local community here in Savannah. I mean, tourism is a major part of how Savannah gets by, but Georgia's actually not doing bad during this whole pandemic when you look at things.
No, actually, I mean, overall in the year of 2020, Georgia did really well. Now, I mean, we went from number 7 overall in the nation to visit to number 5 among all 50 states for overnight visits. Also, our overall visitation last year during the pandemic nearly matched what we did in 2019. Now, a lot of conferences and a lot of money was lost there. That's why I'm guessing Governor Kemp is probably directing this $6 million in relief to businesses here in Georgia.
Now, most of the funding is actually going to go to help in the marketing side of things. You know, it's a very competitive landscape out there when it comes to tourism dollars. So a lot of this money is going to go to marketing Georgia, to get people to come here, not just as tourists, but, you know, conventions and stuff like that.
Where else are you going to go? Mississippi?
No.
Disgusting. Alabama? Arkansas? Your kid went there, but that's for school. Another reason to go to Arkansas? Not really.
Here's what I'd like to see. Set aside some of this money for people who actually live in Georgia and have to put up a tourist. I think we should get a stipend, a tourism stipend. Give me $1,000 every summer, you know, to make me feel better.
$1,000 every summer?
You want more? $5,000.
No, actually, that seems like too much.
No, I mean, you have to deal with tourists. I just want to go out to the beach sometimes.
Right.
It's packed with tourists. Can't park anywhere.
But here's the thing. That money should only go to the people that actually try to go out and visit those places. If you're just a guy who never leaves the house, you don't get the money.
I can't leave my house. They're so busy.
Yeah,
I can't. I'm intimidated.
You have to prove that you tried to go to the beach once a month over the summer. And if that's the case, then you get like $1,000 a month.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, now with the maps on your phone and stuff, I can Google from my couch to see what the traffic is like on the way to the Tybee, and I know whether even to get off my couch or not. So I've looked, and I know I can't go. Pay me some money. It would be a good use. You got to put up with all this stuff all year long. I think we deserve a little something.
You're defining what the new lazy can be, Cotter, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I'm here to take it to another level. All right, coming up next, going to talk AEW. All Out is going down Sunday. I think it's going to be one of the best pay-per-views of the year. We'll talk about some of the matches on the way. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Maybe that's it. Wanda says there's a Jeremiah's Italian Ice opening. Yeah, where Loving Spoons was. Yeah, that's it. That's what I saw. All right, so Mike Tyson has been asked about the Jake Paul and Tyrone Woodley fight. Now, this fight went down this past Sunday. Apparently, Tyrone Woodley did not get screwed over by the judges on Sunday. So says Mike Tyson. He said Jake Paul was the clear winner of this epic boxing match. Now, the split decision in favor of Jake Paul was obviously met with some serious backlash. Now, Ben Askren, the guy who fought Jake Paul just before that, who literally just took the paycheck. It was the worst fight ever.
Fought is, you use that term loosely when considering that one.
He says he thought Tyrone should have won the overall fight. But once again, Ben Askren, I mean, he's lost all credibility. He lost to Jake Paul in like 4 seconds. Yeah. It was the ugliest, dumbest thing ever. Now, Mike Tyson was flat out said, Jake Paul won. He goes, I love Jake Paul. Tyrone Woodley did his best. So that's what Mike Tyson had to say about the fight this past Sunday.
Okay, we're in commercials now. I'm going to go grab my coffee. I'll be right back.
So, guys, the question of the day once again is, who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with? Tell us why. And drop your stories into the chat. For everyone joining us on the live chat this morning, thank you so much. Once again, go ahead and let us know who is the grossest person that you have lived with and why. Tell us a story about why they were so nasty. And we'll share those stories just after 7 o'clock this morning. Obviously, still coming up on the show today, we'll be playing back our interview with Chris Jericho. I got a chance to talk to him via Zoom earlier this week. Also, you'll be able to watch our full interview. We sat down with him for 30 minutes on Zoom, talking about Fozzy, talking about AEW, talking about his cruise, his book, his everything. This man is very busy. So it was very cool to sit down and have a piece of his morning earlier this week. Once again, that live video will go up on YouTube at 8:15 a.m. It'll premiere on the Cotter and Marsh Show YouTube page, and then it'll be shared to Facebook and other outlets over the weekend. So even if you can't get to it today, make sure to check out that video at some point this weekend.
Coming up after commercials, of course, going to talk AEW. Also got brand new stuff from Fozzy, called Sanes, coming up. If you haven't heard it yet, check it out. Big thanks to everybody in bright and early this morning on the stream. Love that. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. I was listening to this before we got on the air this morning. ABBA's back. And a lot of people are excited about this. Okay, I don't know if anybody's excited about it. But they got 2 new songs. I Still Have Faith in You and Don't Shut Me Down. Both just sound like they could have came straight out of the 70s. They didn't, stray from what they're known for, which is smart. But here's the interesting part. Now, ABBA broke up, decades ago.
Right.
And they have been offered, stupid amounts of money to get back together, and they just never did it. They've been offered money to tour, whatever, have stayed away from it. Well, we're getting an ABBA tour, kind of. So they're not going to go tour themselves. What they did was they spent weeks in motion capture suits, and they performed in these suits.
Okay.
So you're basically going to get a virtual concert of ABBA performing, but they're going to look like their younger selves. So I guess they're, a little egotistical and don't want to look old up on stage.
Interesting.
So they're not going to go tour, but there's going to be a show that's going to tour. So it's like, Ronnie James Dio. They have the, hologram Dio shows. So it's like that kind of, but with ABBA. I'm wondering how much they got offered up to do this. Now, the digital avatars, which will look like the younger versions of ABBA, will perform with a live 10-piece orchestra. Now, they're saying these are not holograms. The technology is different.
That's interesting. I want to kind of see what it's going to look like. Obviously, I know of the band. I know some of their songs. If you said, oh, yeah, this is it ABBA or ABBA?
I don't know.
ABBA?
However you want to pronounce it.
ABBA Dabba Ding Dong. I'm not really, I don't know, I guess knowledgeable of the band overall. But I like some of their music that I've heard. So.
Yeah, it's fun. You go to a wedding, you're going to hear some of it. Now, I guess the big question is, if this works, this virtual suit, virtual concert thing, do other bands go, well, shit, I don't have to tour. I got to spend a couple months in some virtual caption suits, and then we can just send that out on the road in place of us? Yes, please. Does this become a thing?
Once again, we got to put our eyes on this thing and see if it's actually worth it. Like the hologram stuff was kind of cool where they did it with Tupac, did it with Ronnie James Dio, and I think those were kind of the only 2 people that they've done it with. But I don't know. I guess it really depends on how it kind of looks overall, and if it's really worth you probably spending $40 a person to go check out a bunch of holograms. And with their new music, we listened to a small clip of them. It sounded pretty right on with what they sounded like. I don't think they sounded different or older or anything quite like that, but it's kind of neat. Tony says, we got 3/4 done decorating the office for Halloween yesterday. I need stores to get their shit together so we could go buy more crap. Agreed. 100%. I could not agree more with that. Speaking of Halloween, so there is a Netflix service for horror films called Shudder, Shudder. Now, yesterday, they kicked off their 61 Days of Halloween annual event.
How big was your boner yesterday?
Now, it's featuring a slate of weekly new movie premieres and original series debuts. A new Halloween special with Joe Bob Briggs is coming out. Horror film favorites added to the Shudder library are also coming, including Brian De Palma's Carrie, to Toby Hooper's Poltergeist, a new edition of Shudder's beloved Ghoul-Log, a 24/7 streaming jack-o'-lantern, and the return of Shudder's Halloween Hotline, where members can receive live, personalized movie recommendations from Shudder's head curator, Samuel Zimmerman. So, if you're spending $5 on Peacock, maybe just shut that off for a month or two, and then grab yourself Shudder, because it's also like $5 a month. So it may very well be worth it. But they have all sorts of new stuff coming down with exclusive films. Like there's Superhost. It's a travel vlogger movie. They got Martyrs Lane, Seance, VHS 1994, The Medium, Horror Noir. Then you got original series like Slasher Flesh and Blood. You also have Creep Show Season 3. The Behind the Monsters documentary series. I think I brought that one up before. It's a new documentary series where they go behind a different, like Candyman, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Chucky, Pinhead. They're doing like an hour-long like docuseries on each one of those guys and why they became such huge horror icons. So if you love Halloween, like me and Tony, you are going to absolutely love being a member of Shudder over the next 2 months.
I had no idea Toby Hooper, who does Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which probably is most famous for, I didn't realize he directed Poltergeist.
Me neither.
I know Steven Spielberg produced Poltergeist.
Right.
I had no idea he directed that movie. Holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah, wild stuff, man.
Interesting. Okay.
Good Morning, Bob.
That was a movie that freaked me out as a kid. I don't think I've seen it.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Well, no, yeah. That one just freaking nightmares. Freaks me out as an adult.
Oh, Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. As a kid. That one was just...
Poltergeist is weird. The clown, the evil tree, like the everything at the end.
All right, guys. Be right back. AEW All Out. It's going down this weekend. It's from Chicago, the Now Arena. You get it on pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to it, man, now. There's not a lot to pick from for this year when it comes to pay-per-views, but I think this has the potential to be the best wrestling pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, it includes a steel cage match, Chris Jericho's possible last final fight, which we talked to him about in our interview, which you're going to hear later on this morning, right around 8 o'clock here on the Cotter and Marshall Show. But there's one match that I'm very, very excited about, and obviously that's the return of CM Punk. This dude hasn't wrestled in 7-8 years now at this point, and he's going to be facing Darby Allin, who is just one of the biggest AEW like homemade stars out there. So Sunday night, it's going to be Sunday night. Starts at 8 o'clock. I think the buy-in or whatever is at 7, but 8 o'clock, man. It's what I'll be doing on Sunday night.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think the CM Punk Darby Allin match headlines the whole thing. I mean, you've got your champion Kenny Omega going against Christian Cage. We've seen that match on TV for the Impact Championship where Cage won. So I think it's CM Punk, Darby Allin for the main event. And this is where it gets interesting. I mean, you can still make a wrestler in defeat. So you come into this match, you can't have CM Punk lose his first match.
No, he's not going to lose.
But he's there because he wants to wrestle with and put over younger talent. So I think this match is going to be fantastic because I think Darby Allin is going to play this role of the underdog, babyface, good guy, just fighting from the bottom, scratching and clawing, and then CM Punk's going to get him with the go to sleep eventually in the end. But I think just going in, this is going to be a fantastic match.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Once again, you can watch it on pay-per-view via Bleacher Report. You can actually download that app on any one of your devices and watch AEW All Out once again this coming Sunday. It starts at 8 o'clock. It'll be probably the biggest thing going on Sunday night. It'll be number one trending throughout the entire night.
100%. I mean, just CM Punk alone is going to carry that. And then with everything else going on, that cage match, like he talked about, Young Bucks and Lucha Brothers, is going to be insane. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Cannot wait to check it out. Coming up after 7 o'clock, call, comment, and text. Today's topic, who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with, and what did they do that was just too much for you? We want those stories. Give us a call, 800-394-1061. You can also hit us up with a text or comment on the stream. So once again, who's the grossest person you ever lived with? What did they do that was just too much? 800-394-1061. Your stories after 7. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Wanda, feel free to call us up or direct message us this morning with your story. Dave says you also got the Darlington race throwback on Sunday. Good Lord. Probably not going to be trending number one, though, Dave. Definitely think wrestling's probably going to beat it out. Me and Bob, actually, speaking of, me and Bob are going to see Candyman tonight.
Oh, nice.
Taking Bob out on a date.
Oh.
Me, Bob, and our wives.
Fancy.
Yeah, mostly, but me and Bob.
The wives are just going to be a third wheel.
Yeah, well, when aren't they? But yeah, going to see Candyman finally. It is rather short, I saw.
Really?
It's only like an hour. It's like an hour and 30 minutes on the dot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's definitely a shorter film.
Yeah, I really contemplated going to see the new Marvel movie,
Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings.
after work today. But I didn't nap again yesterday.
Oh.
So that's not going to happen. To be straight up honest, not going to happen today. Because I really think I'd fall asleep if I went. But it's going to be nice to go home, not have to worry about the countdown.
Is that why you did not nap yesterday?
So I got home yesterday. I don't know. It was close to 2 by the time I got home because of recording.
Yeah, Wanda, we got time. Feel free to call.
Yeah, definitely call in. Because of recording the Latin Lunch show. Went out, got my hair cut, and came back, sat down, started working on it at 3. Went to bed or got done working on it at 9:30. So it was constant for that amount of time. But it's done, kind of. I still have to finish up Sunday.
Yeah, I got some definite work to do after the show today, but my wife is working, which she usually doesn't on Fridays, which is nice only for the fact that like usually when my wife is home and I take a nap on Friday afternoons, or I'll be, big grump. I don't have to worry about anyone making noise.
All right. I'm guessing this is Wanda. Rock 106.1, hello.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Wanda, from your vacation.
I know I love the dedication, Wanda. I love the dedication.
Look, I've been up since before 5, so I might as well get up and be on the stream as well.
I like it.
So, grossest and nastiest folks to live with are going to be my crotch goblins because you show them how to clean something multiple times, they forget how to do it.
Sure.
Something sitting on the floor, we'll just step over it. Mom will pick it up. Hungry, we'll just eat cereal. An adult will cook eventually. Dishes in the sink, that's okay. We don't need to load the dishwasher. We'll just put ours in the sink. Mom's got it. It's okay. Let's see who can take the longest without taking a shower before Mom says something.
I think all kids do that, though.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
They're nasty, but I love them. So that's
Those are the grossest people currently in your life.
Yeah, currently.
Yeah.
So it's not your husband, Tony?
No, you know what? He's got some bad OCD, so I don't have to worry about him being nasty.
There you go. Perfect.
All right. Well, Wanda, thank you so much for calling in. Now, get back to watching us on the stream. You can go on vacation officially after we're done this morning.
Thank you,
Perfect.
Wanda.
All right, y'all guys have a good day. All right, bye.
Bye. Wanda's awesome.
All right. How do you want to work this first break? We're still about 5-6 minutes out.
I've got a story about my roommate's boyfriend that moved in with us, and then they broke up, and he still lived with us, and he just got turned into an a-hole and just was disgusting.
Okay.
I got that story, and then I've got plenty here. So I don't know. I can go first. You can go first. Either one. You have one about your brother?
Yeah, why don't you go first? I don't have any stories yet from the chat,
Okay.
but what I'll do is I'll just grab one from our Facebook.
Yeah, just let me know. Or I can send you some. I've got plenty if you want me to just send them over.
Yeah, just shoot them over real quick.
Okay.
Easier than doing that.
Yep.
All right, guys, once again, our question of the day is, who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with? And what was the moment where you're like, this is just too much. This is ridiculous. Or what is the weirdest thing or grossest thing that they did? So go ahead and drop in your stories on the stream if you don't mind. We'll get to those stories here in about 5 minutes or so.
All right, there you go. Did that not open up? Man. Sorry, still dealing with the no news thing. One thing I got to do real quick before 7 here. Or it was, oh, there it is. Okay. What the heck? There we go. That's gone. Just gonna go ahead and get rid of it there too. It's not there, right? Okay, perfect. Done and done. All right, got a couple tunes. Got about 7 minutes. Got Disturbed. Are you ready? Gonna hear some Linkin Park.
Jeremy, thank you for that story, buddy. Once again, our question of the day is, who is the grossest person you ever lived with? Tell us why. They were all sorts of nasty, just like Jeremy did right there in the chat. Feel free to drop in those stories, or feel free to text us, 1-800-394-1061. Go ahead and do any of those ways of letting us know your story, and we'll share them right after 7 o'clock this morning. Big show today, obviously. We got Chris Jericho that'll be joining us here at 8 o'clock. Also, Travis Jaudon. He is the owner and proprietor and also the host of the Hot Grits podcast, also named the Best Connect Savannah award-winning podcast. He is going to be joining us just after 9 o'clock today.
The Rock 106.1 20th anniversary countdown kicks off at 10 o'clock today. There are 2 local bands we're going to hear from today, Lilac, and a band that is no longer together. Rumor has Wings. They were around and were part of the reason we launched Underexposed almost 10 years ago. So they were one of the very first bands we played on there, and they had a tune called September. Still love that song, man. It's really, really good. So those 2 songs make the first part of the countdown today. Other local bands that we'll have, In for a Penny. We've got Souls Harbor, Cusses, going to be on the countdown as well, so you can listen for that. Some of the songs coming up here in the first hour or so of the countdown. A couple tunes from the Foo Fighters, going to hear from Royal Blood, Refreshments, Banditos.
Ooh, I like that one.
I know, Little Volbeats, Raconteurs, Head PE making the cut early on in the countdown, Mazzy Star, Not a Surf, Megadeth, Metallica, Alice in Chains. So lots of great stuff, lots of fun stuff, especially early on. That's when you're going to get the stuff you don't normally hear, in the first day or so of the countdown. As we get closer toward the end, it's a little bit more familiar. But right in the beginning there, man, Southern Culture on the Skids. Camel Walk is making the cut, guys. I don't know if anybody remembers that song.
Oh, everyone remembers that song.
I effing love that song. So it is making the cut here today. So just lots of fun stuff early on in the countdown. Once again, starts today at 10 o'clock.
All right, guys, once again, the question of the day, to keep beating you over the head with it, because sometimes you need it. Who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with? Tell us why. Feel free to drop your stories into the stream today, right there via the comments, or you can text us your story, or feel free to call up and tell us your story just like Wanda did earlier at 1-800-394-1061. So we'll leave Wanda's call for the last one. You want to do that?
Yeah, that's fine. I like that. So we kick off our weekend tomorrow with massages over at Perfect Touch. Big thanks to Tony. Going to be over there.
Rub and tug.
Getting a rub down.
And tugged.
Going to pick up the cake for Cake Day. I believe I offered up my taxi services to Mac's mom to get her out to Cake Day.
Oh, wow.
So I've got to...
confirm that.
Yep, connect with Mac, see if that still needs to be a thing. Yeah.
Tony said no tug. Tony, don't say things you don't mean. He already paid for the service. He'll get the service.
You never know what it may lead into later on with the wife. So, maybe.
No, I do.
So do I, but I can dream. Morning, Mamacita. Happy Chris Jericho Day to everyone. Yes, happy Chris Jericho. I mean it.
All right, Mom. Jesus. You don't have to yell at us. Yeah, so once again, when it comes to Chris Jericho, we're excited to have a chance to talk to him earlier this week. We're going to play back a couple pieces of our interview. I mean, I would say we're probably playing one third of the total interview. Yeah, we're playing about 10 minutes total of the interview that we did with Chris Jericho. Just a quick heads up, our full 30-minute interview with Chris Jericho is going to be right there at our YouTube page later on this morning. Actually, I have it premiering at 8:15 a.m., so pretty much the moment our 2 pieces get done playing on the air, you're going to be able to watch the full 30 minutes live on YouTube. So there you go.
Charles, yes. We will be posting. I'll post the complete list once it's done. I will be posting updated, we'll update the list as we go. I'll probably do a majority of that to the website, and we'll post some on the Facebook page. Unfortunately, we have a new website, and I'm not quite all familiar with it. So I don't know if you can time posts to go up. If we could, I would have all that done ahead of time like I had in the past. So it'll be a as it goes sort of thing. But yes.
Charles says first rule of rub and tugs is you don't talk about rub and tugs.
That is not. That is also not happening. Even though Cotter's wife is amazing. What's not happening? I'm going home and getting a tug. That's not happening.
Yes.
How do you know, Tony? How do you know?
Because she understands concepts of time and reality. Yeah. Morning, Sandy.
First rule of rub and tugs. That's good. All right. 2 minutes.
So Aaron Rodgers was talking about being away from his fiance. His fiance is Shailene Woodley. She's the Hollywood actress. He said this time apart is a good thing for them, but they don't want to stay too far apart. They want to see each other quite a bit, but obviously they're both very busy. Shailene Woodley's working on a bunch of projects in the Los Angeles area. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is going to be in Green Bay, Wisconsin for the next couple months. So they'll be apart from one another. But here's a quote from Aaron Rodgers that would make me say, as a football fan, especially a Green Bay Packers fan, that's not my quarterback. He said, obviously, I miss her and I'll miss our cuddle time. So therefore, if my starting quarterback was talking about cuddling with anything, not my quarterback anymore.
Man likes to cuddle. Nothing wrong with that. What?
Not my quarterback. Not
That's
my
harsh.
quarterback.
Harsh.
Thankfully, he's not my quarterback in the first place. Hate the Green Bay fucking Packers.
Tony clarified. No. We're not plugging your wife or tugging you. Thank you for the clarification. Understood. And then she said this conversation is going very poorly, very quickly. Agreed.
I think it's going fine.
All right. All right, I'm going to try to do the intro prior to the bumper here. See how that goes.
Okay. I just got sent a picture in. Oh, Wanda sent us a picture from her morning coffee this morning out by the pool.
Your view is much better than ours.
Yeah, it's very bright there. So how much is a basic back massage at Tony's place of business? Reach out to a Perfect Touch Massage. She'll be able to tell you that.
All right, guys, be right back. Who is the grossest person you've ever lived with? What did they do that was too much for you? Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Good morning. Be sure to hop on the stream, join the Horde, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe as well. So, yes, who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with, and what did they do that was too much for you? Please call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Now, when I moved out of my house for the first time, I moved in with a guy I was going to school with. Name was Mike. And just he rented he's bought a place, so I was renting basically a room from him.
Sure.
So he gets a boyfriend. Boyfriend moves in. Everything's fine. Guy was cool. No issues. Their relationship went sour, and it went sour real quick. So they broke up. However, the boyfriend didn't move out.
Was he like squatting?
Well, he claimed not to have a place to go. And Mike is one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet. And he was like, okay, you can stay until you find a place to go.
No, that never turns out.
No, it doesn't turn out because the boyfriend or ex-boyfriend just seemed to get very vindictive. Now, he was a chef, and he would cook all the time when they were a couple, which was awesome. Food was the best I've ever eaten. It was just really incredible.
Hope your wife's not listening.
Neither of us can cook. But after they broke up, he decided to cook still, but just for him, and he refused to clean up after himself. So he went from cooking great food, we'd all clean up, it was all great, to cooking smaller meals for him, and he would literally leave stuff out for days. And we're 20, 21-year-old guys. I don't want to clean crap up.
Yeah.
So it would fester in the kitchen, mold everywhere. It stunk horribly.
Oh, my God.
Dishwater would sit in the sink and just pool up. I mean, it's like it felt like you're about in the middle of a swamp. Mosquitoes were flying all over the place. It was just hideous. And it got to the point where he would leave stuff in his bedroom. The whole house just reeked of stale food, moldy, musty smell. We went into his bedroom one day when he was at work, and dude, it was like vomit-inducing. You walked in, just that waft of stale, disgusting food.
Oh, my God.
Right
Was
in
he
the
a
face.
big guy? It sounded like he ate a lot.
No, that's just it. I mean, 150 pounds, maybe 5'8". Not a big guy at all.
A young person metabolism.
Right? That was the thing. He finally got to the point, moved out, but cleaning that, because he didn't clean up on his way.
I want to clean. I just burn the house down.
Cleaning that stuff up afterwards, dude, I mean, we got drunk. We got drunk before cleaning because they're like, it's the only way we're getting through it, man. The only way we're getting through it. Pounded way too many beers, cleaned up the place, but I have never, the smell in his room, I don't know how he was living in it. I wanted to puke. I mean, I know you get used to stuff after a while. I don't know how he ever got used to that stench of just disgusting. It's like moldy cheese.
Some people can live on like a different level that others would just, puke at. I don't get it either. There's like a certain level. Like, could you imagine like, having a girl like, oh, you're amazing, move in with me, and then you just find out that she's a complete and utter degenerate. Like she's a real amazing person in her life, but she just doesn't know how to keep, her personal life like organized. I would honestly, once again, I just burn down the house. Be like, oh, I don't have a place to live. We should just leave each other. Bye.
Well, this was a topic we brought up on Chicks on Dudes last week about getting to know one another, being compatible. I mean, that's why you move in with somebody before you get married.
Yeah.
Because you get married and move in, find out your partner's a slob, you're screwed.
Yeah, they eat in bed or something.
Oh.
That's a deal breaker right there. All right, well, so let's go to the stream. And once again, our question of the day is, who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with? Tell us why. Feel free to chime in via the stream, or you can actually text or call us too at 1-800-394-1061. Now, Jeremy chimed in on the stream and said, I had a roommate once that was so nasty. He would leave dirty dishes with food molded in his room. I don't think he took a shower but twice a week. His bathroom was always nasty and stunk with used towels and clothes all over, and the toilet was never cleaned. The worst part, and this is a part that my wife gets on me a lot, hair shavings all over the place.
I hate
nasty.
that.
I just, I like to shave. Sometimes, it gets a little bit everywhere in the bathroom, and trust me, I hear about it when things like that happen. But he goes, I actually moved out. I was gone in 6 months, said Jeremy. So that is just like that's the trifecta of like getting someone or you leaving the place immediately. Like that moldy towel smell. Like, what are you doing? What are you even trying to do? Throw them in the washer. Come on.
Who is the grossest person you've ever lived with? What did they do that was just too much for you? 800-394-1061. One more, we'll hit a break. Hot Tub Johnny, buddy of ours back in Illinois, has been in bands for decades.
Yeah.
And he said, back in the 90s, when I had roadies, sick brag, we had a roadie who had a roommate who refused to pay for toilet paper. Instead, he used a special washcloth for his tailpipe.
Oh, no.
Just the washcloth. I mean, where do you put it at? Do you wash it out afterwards?
Like in the sink?
I don't know.
In the bathtub?
There's no good way to dispose of this.
Yeah, what do you think? Just rinse it out with your hands or something? I don't know. A little squeegee action? Like, yeah, why the washcloth?
I don't know.
Get yourself a bidet, man. They were available in the 90s.
Dude was a roadie. He didn't have money for a bidet.
Treat yourself.
All right, who is the grossest person you've ever lived with, and why? And what did they do that was too much for you? Got a great story coming up involving, let's just say, sex toy salad.
Ugh.
Sex toy salad. That's
salad?
Salad, yes.
Oh.
That story is coming up here after Evanescence. It's Better Without You. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. Yeah, this one's gross. This one's utterly
Sex
gross.
toy salad is.
Sex toy salad.
Is the dressing raspberry vinalube? Wanda says, ooh, I was waiting for you to say he used the Sears Roebuck. Ooh. Magazine. Ugh.
Yeah.
Just a special washcloth.
That's gross. When my wife and youngest kid, Ella, went to the Dominican Republic like 5 years ago for charity type stuff, charity organization. You go down there, and it's like some schools down in the Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the pipe system in the place where they stay, and I'm guessing most of the buildings in Dominican Republic aren't built for toilet paper, so you can't flush toilet paper.
Yeah.
And you wipe and
throw it away.
Throw it in the garbage can.
I've been to Mexico before.
Okay.
Weird though, right? It's definitely
yeah. That I mean, I get it. Not knocking what they have to do, but it's just like I don't know. Kind of gross.
Ooh. Chris, that is a disgusting story. Thank you for sharing that. Once again, guys, our question of the day is, who is the grossest person you've ever lived with? Feel free to drop in your stories here in the chat, and we'll share them here live on the air in just a couple minutes.
All right, so you got yours?
Yeah, so I'll run with mine, and then why don't you do your sex toy salad one? And then I'm going to probably do Chris's, because I just got one on the stream from Chris. I don't want to cannibalize yours if I don't have to. And then our final one, we can do whatever ones we have left from Facebook, and then we'll go out on the Wanda call, unless you want to go, or we can flip-flop it.
No, I got to edit up the Wanda call real quick, so I'll do that during the commercials.
Chris, great follow-up, man. J.H. Walter 2, thank you for dropping. You're new to the stream. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate that.
Thanks for loving us. Do you love us?
Or just
is it too soon?
I'll take tolerating.
This Cotter, this isn't your wife.
I just go with
it's
what I
J.H. Walter 2.
I go with what I know. I just go with what I know.
Good Lord. All right, guys, thank you once again for joining us this morning. Obviously, just a few quick heads up on what we're going to get to in after this bit. We're going to talk about our fantasy football teams. I know, hilariously amazing and intriguing for all of you, but especially if you decided to join us. So we'll announce our final 6 people that will be joining the Cotter and Marshall Show Fantasy Football League as we kick that off next week. Our draft is this coming Saturday. Obviously, Chris Jericho will be joining the show here at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, and then we still have Beer for Breakfast with special guest Travis Jaudon of the Hot Grits podcast. He is the best local podcast right here in Savannah. He'll be joining us for Beer for Breakfast right around 9 a.m.
All right, guys, be right back. Who is the grossest person you've ever lived with? What did they do that was just too much for you? Coming up in like 2 minutes. Got a story about a sex toy salad. I kid you not. It's Cotter and Marshall. So call, comment, and text today. 800-394-1061. Who is the grossest person you've ever lived with? And what did they do that was just too much?
Oh, boy. So thankfully, my brother doesn't like me very much. I know he doesn't watch the live stream or listen to the show, but this is about him. I'll go ahead and throw his name out there. Justin Marshall. Justin Marshall growing up was a disgusting person growing up. Not like overall, like he took showers.
Sure.
He was a good person overall, but he had this thing that I found out about one day that I never, ever told anyone ever. So my brother would take care of himself at points.
Okay.
Now, thankfully, I never had to walk in and find himself, doing that.
Right.
But he's gross because of this. He would actually take measuring cups from my mother's cupboards and from the downstairs bathroom where my mother would have lotion for her old person skin. He would fill these measuring cups up. And I'm talking like 1 cup, and he would fill it to the brim full of lotion. And then he would go upstairs and take care of himself. And then we found these measuring cups stuffed in the closet. So there is measuring cups with like dried lotion on the outer rims. And we're like, why does this exist? And then it hit me why there would be measuring cups full of lotion hidden in my brother's closet. So for For that reason, Cotter, he is the grossest person I've ever lived with.
Does he know you know this now?
He does not know. Because once again, I suppressed this until I read our question of the day yesterday, and then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I didn't do any work. I cried ferociously in my office for about an hour and a half, and then I got up and I finished my work like a grown-up. But yeah, my brother, for that fact, measuring cups full of lotion. Yeah, that's mine.
I'm sorry, that's just so bad. Who was the grossest person you've ever lived with?
Justin Marshall. Justin Marshall.
What did they do?
Justin Marshall.
Just too much for you. All right, Roy, always Fluffy Lee, hit us up with a great story on Facebook. My brother and his girlfriend lived with me 10 years ago. They would use long, round vegetables and butter when they did their adult activities.
Like carrots? Why would you do that to a carrot? What did it ever do to you?
Then they would put them in Ziploc bags.
No.
And proceed to put them in the refrigerator.
For what?
Oh, wait, it gets better. Then they would later eat them on their salads and sandwiches.
That's not, no way.
The worst part is that a friend didn't know that is what they did with them. And one day proceeded to slice and eat one of these sex vegetables without cleaning it. And before I could stop him, this was my older brother. Freaking nasty.
Oh, my God. Oh, my.
Sex toy salad.
Roy.
Sex toy salad.
Roy. I feel like that when his friend was eating that I'm guessing eggplant. In slow motion, he's like, no.
Once you realize, though, it was too late and you couldn't stop him, do you just stop and let him eat it? Just so you can get your own mild amusement out of it?
I don't know why. I do believe in ghosts and spirits and stuff, and honestly, that's why I say this a lot. Burn your house down. Burn your house down, because when you step outside, you'll see all the spirits of everything flying out of it. I just believe that is a thing. Wow, Roy. An incredible story. Okay, one more story.
Yeah.
One more story. And of course, we're taking yours, guys. Feel free to chime in via our text line. You can also comment on our live stream. I'm still crying for my brother's story. And that one.
So disgusting.
Who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with? Now, Chris chimed in on the stream. This one is something. So Chris is a military guy, and he said, the grossest guy was someone that I was in the Army with. He refused to shower. Like days and days of field training, and he still wouldn't shower.
Why?
Wouldn't brush his teeth, and multiple teeth were just rotting out of his mouth. He wouldn't even wash most of his clothes. Now, we lived in a multi-person room, and me and my roommates had enough. So we ended up forcing him into the shower and washed him with mops.
You don't want to get too close, man.
No. I mean, there's some people in this world that literally have visible stink lines. Yes. I just imagine this guy did.
He's like Pigpen from Charlie Brown, just walking around.
Big time Charlie Brown vibes, yeah.
All right, coming up, more of your stories. Who is the grossest person you've ever lived with, and what did they do that was just too much for you? Going to get to a call from Wanda, but of course, want your stories as well. So call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. All right, guys, let me edit this Wanda call up real quick. Will not take long. We'll be right back.
Oh, man. Carrie, wow. Thoughts and prayers to your story. We're definitely going to bring that up on the air here in just a few moments. Vic says, I'm waiting on the call. Hey, it's your old buddy, Vic Marshall. Can I get Justin's number? I need to know what size of measuring cups to buy. Chris said, I had a buddy find something horrifying when he was doing a room inspection for a younger soldier. He apparently was jacking off into a 2-liter bottle and storing them in the bottom of his desk drawer. Ugh. Like completely full bottles. So disgusting. Yikes. Yikes and double yikes. Okay. Oh, and this whole segment went weird. I mean, it was already weird in the first place, but yikes. All right, guys. This is all sorts of fun.
All right. Yeah, I got two really more solid ones.
All right, just a quick heads up. Tomorrow is Cake Day over at Debilation Brewing Company. What does that mean? This means that we're celebrating 30 days of the one time we had no studio problems no studio problems over at Debilation Brewing Company in Richmond Hill. What does that mean for you? It means we're going to have ice cream cake because we're 2-year-olds. And don't worry, we'll have balloons and I'll get some streamers and we'll decorate a little bit, at least on a table. And then also, the first 20 people that show up say, hey, what up, Cotter and Marshall? We're going to go buy you a beer. First 20 people that show up, Cotter and I and Debilation Brewing Company, we're going to hook you up with your first beer on the house. So that'll start at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So 1 p.m. sharp, come on down, say hi to your old good buddies, Cotter and Marshall. Grab yourself a piece of cake, drink a couple beers, and we'll hang out for a while. We'll kick off your Labor Day weekend, right? Also, at 3 o'clock, if you're part of our fantasy football league, Chris, who's on the chat today, he's part of it. Come on down. Feel free. We're going to do our fantasy football draft live right from Debilation Brewing Company. Now, we understand that not the majority of the people probably can't join us, but we'll do it there. Cotter and I will. We'll talk crap to one another and anyone who wants to join us, but we'll do our draft live there. So we'll be there from like 1 to 4-ish on Saturday. So if you're looking for something to do, want to get out of the house, feel free to join us at Debilation Brewing Company.
And don't worry, if you can't make this one, we will do it again, and we're not going to tie the future ones to Tim Janier.
No,
I don't.
Or they'll never happen.
They'll never. And I'd like to have these, a little bit more often. So yeah. So we won't tie future ones to Tim in the studio, but we'll definitely have some more get-togethers.
Oh, good Lord,
with the Horde.
So Tim came back from vacation this week, and he saunters around the corner like he just got back from the spa.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever used the word saunter before, but using it when referencing Tim, I can visually see him saunter.
Yeah,
I mean, great description.
Thank you. So Tim saunters around the corner like the asshole he is, and he's wearing this tight ass blue button up. It's like blue with white lines, like vertical lines, it's snug. Then he's wearing these baggy ass cargo khaki pants, and I'm like, they're like 2 sizes too big for him. And then he's wearing brand new black and white Chuck Taylors, and he is loving his outfit. And he's like, yo, I'm looking good. I'm like, you look like you just walked out of an insane asylum. You look absolutely dumb as shit. And I couldn't help it. I had to tell him. I'm like, how do you keep doing this? It's like when it's like Dumb and Dumber. It's like, when I think you couldn't get any dumber, you do something like this. There is no redeeming himself. That's literally just who he is. It's insane.
All right, we got about just under 3 minutes. Interstate Love Song STP. Come back, wrap up the call, comment, and text segments.
Carrie, thank you for that quick addition to your story. I love it. Once again, thoughts and prayers to your mental state, even at this age, after years of having to know this. Chris goes, the Army is full of horrifying stories. I know when you think about the Army, you're thinking about the spots of war. You're not thinking about the bottles of jizz. just saying.
That's funny.
See what it does to us? You see these bottles? You see these bottles, Chris? I'm a different man. Brett says Alaska is the spa. I guess it is. Maybe there's like an anti-aging pool up there that Tim knows about.
All right, there we go. All right, minute and a half. I'm going to swing by Ogeechee Meat Market today after work. Grab a little something to grill out this weekend.
Cool.
Don't know what that is yet. Be inspired as soon as I walk in.
All right. That's cool. That's cool.
What do you want me to bring for Sunday?
I don't know. I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'm not for sure yet. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up our call-in segment here in a little less than a minute for the grossest people you've ever lived with. How do you want to wrap up this final break?
That is a good question. I've got two, and we've got Wanda's call.
I'm definitely going to bring up Carrie's. Let's see. Carrie's. Are you bringing up the dead one? The dead guy one?
No. I sent you ones that I don't have the ones I sent you, so I've got two. I mean, we could each do one, play the call in the middle, and then if you've got, and do two more if you've got them. If you got the second one. Got about 10 seconds.
Oh my God! Yeah, I've got two.
Okay,
I'll do Carrie, and I'll end on puking.
Okay, we'll do the call in the middle.
Okay.
Who is the grossest person you've ever lived with? What did they do that was just too much for you? What about letting your kids poop on the floor?
What?
Yep, that story's coming up. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. Be sure to check out the stream. Join the Horde. Find out about Cake Day. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. So who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with? And what did they do that was too much for you? Now, Lori hit us up on Facebook. She said, I had two sets of roommates that were nasty. One set would take dirty diapers and leave them everywhere for days and days.
Why?
Couldn't stand it. Had to clean them up after them every day. The other would leave food and nasty chew bottles all over the place. And
Dip spit.
would let their kids poop on the floor.
Why would they?
I don't know.
Why would that be a thing?
I don't know. After they left, I pulled up the carpet. I couldn't shampoo it out.
Yeah, of course, once again, this is another burn your house down. Just absolutely burn your house to the ground. That's the only way that this is going to be better.
You guys are bringing it today.
Mm-hmm.
These are some of the most disgusting stories we've ever come across.
Yeah, these are really interesting. Are we jumping into a phone call here?
We can do that right now. Wanda hit us up. Here's her story about the grossest people that currently live with her.
The grossest and nastiest folks to live with are going to be my crotch goblins because you show them how to clean something multiple times, they forget how to do it.
Sure.
Something sitting on the floor, we'll just step over it. Mom will pick it up. Hungry, we'll just eat cereal. An adult will cook eventually. Dishes in the sink, that's okay. We don't need to load the dishwasher. We'll just put ours in the sink. Mom's got it. It's okay. Let's see who can take the longest without taking a shower before Mom says something.
I think all kids do that, though.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
They're nasty, but I love them. So that's
Those are the grossest people currently in your life.
Yeah, currently.
yeah.
So it's not your husband, Tony?
No, you know what? He's got some bad OCD, so I don't have to worry about him being nasty.
There you go. Perfect. Kids can be filthy, man. Kids can be filthy.
Absolutely. And man, this one right here, this one takes the cake, Cotter.
Okay.
So Carrie hit us up on the stream once again. Our question of the day: who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with? She goes, my brother moved out when he was 16, so cleaning his room fell on me. Clothes, dishes, trash, of course. But we found where he had drawn his own porn.
Homemade porn?
Homemade porn. He quite the artist, Carrie's brother. She goes, I was never the same. Wait for it. That wasn't the end of the story.
Okay.
She goes, it was all extremely detailed as well. apparently, once again, her brother, quite the artist.
So he's good.
Yeah, he's very good.
Okay.
Maybe he could do some show art for us. But Carrie, quite literally, was never the same after this incident. So, thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Grossest person you'll ever lived with. Gwen hit us up on Facebook, and she's just throwing her dad under the bus. She goes, my dad, he saved used napkins so he can use them again, over and over. I'm talking yellow mustard stained napkins stacked in a basket on the kitchen counter. When he's driving, he'd pick his nose and wipe his boogers on the bottom of his shoes so that bottom of his shoes. I don't know. This convenient. So when he got
it's not while you're driving.
So when he got up to walk, they would wipe off onto the ground. When my son was about,
maybe that's genius. You know what? That's not the worst thing, but obviously a huge issue while driving. Sorry, continue.
When my son was about 2, he would chew his meat but spit it out instead of swallowing it. My dad thought my son was just wasting food, so he ate the ABC food off my son's plate. I could go on and on. Gwen, write a book. Come on.
No.
Start a podcast.
Take your stories to the grave. No one needs to know that.
That's so gross.
Good Lord. All right, I've got one more that I need to share with you, Cotter. This one includes a dead guy.
Oh, no.
Well, he's dead now.
Okay.
So this is from our friend David over at our Facebook page. He goes, well, he's dead now, but this guy decided one day that he was going to live on the couch, and the coffee table was going to be his personal catch-all. Anyhow, I was working, and this deadbeat decided to get drunk and projectile vomited all over the bathroom, and then he left town.
Oh, no.
He goes, it took forever to get the smell out of the bathroom clean. He goes, effing Robbie. Rest in peace, Robbie. But also, could you imagine you just yak so bad in the bathroom, you're like, no way I'm going to clean this up, and you literally left town.
I just got to leave. Not near storm anymore.
Oh, Robbie, you legend, you dead legend.
All right, guys, epic stories today. Thank you so much. If you've got any more about the grossest person you've ever lived with, text them in or comment on the chat. Now, I think we can all agree, or most of us will agree, James McAvoy, fantastic actor.
Yeah, he played Charles Xavier in those X-Men movies. Yeah. He was in the M. Night Shyamalan Split movie. Yeah, he was awesome.
Super good. Now, he did something I don't know if most actors could do. He did an entire movie without a script. Crazy stuff. Got that story coming up after Five Finger Death Punchers, Living the Dream. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
All right, so there's a couple more stories that, while we have a couple minutes, I want to share. So Chris hit me up with another one. Chris, he shared those military stories earlier. He said, this reminds me of my friend's son who is pooping in a floor vent, shutting the vent, and putting his toy box on top of it. He goes, the loudest gag I ever heard when he discovered it. Damon says, the grossest person I ever lived with has to be my younger, now adult sister. She vehemently denies doing this, despite my entire family saying she did this, but she used to put ketchup on everything, the weirdest of which is broccoli.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, man. What's this? Got another one here. Good morning, Mac.
Good morning, Mac.
Steven says, I won't say his name, but I had a roommate whose cat would just shit anywhere. He felt like it. He preferred the spot was right next to the litter box, even though there was fresh litter, which was located right next to the washer and dryer. One time, the little bastard shit on the floor in the living room while I was watching TV. Same roommate once rebuilt a motor in the kitchen because it was too hot in his shop. Nice dude, but he was kind of gross. Wow. Great stories today, guys. You absolutely destroyed this call-in today. Once again, thank you so much for chiming in for who is the grossest person that you've ever lived with. We laughed. We cried immensely. It was something special. So
yeah, it was good. That was good.
Here in a little less than a half an hour, Chris Jericho will be joining the show. We talked to him via Zoom earlier this week, so we'll replay a couple pieces from our 30-minute talk that we had with Chris. And then on our YouTube channel this morning, you'll be able to go to our YouTube channel. Please go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, turn on the notifications. Just search the Cotter and Marshall Show. Our full interview, 30 minutes, sitting down, talking to Chris Jericho about everything. is going to be available later on this afternoon or later on this morning.
Yeah. I got about 90 seconds. Going to talk about James McAvoy. Did an entire movie without a script. Now, stuff like this has been done. If you've seen any of the Christopher Guest movies, Best in Show, Spinal Tap, I guess, technically as well. Those are all basically improv movies. There's kind of a script and kind of a basic idea. But, I mean, I think doing that with a group of people who know how to do improv, I mean, it's impressive. But this whole thing with what McAvoy's done, I mean, I don't know. I've never heard of this before. It's such a unique idea. I would have never had any desire to see this movie. I want to watch it now.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested, too. Do we have a release date on this? I actually don't have that in my notes.
Let me check.
I know where it's going to be. I just don't have the release date. I got it. September 15th.
Oh, okay.
We actually got a text in. I don't know who this is from. Maybe Salsa Mark. Let's see. I'll share it after this break here.
Yeah, we got about 15. We'll be right back. What's up, guys? Thanks for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall Show. So I've done improv for years, kind of like the short form stuff you'd see on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Right.
It's hard. I mean, it's super hard. You're there on the spot trying to come up with situation, dialogue, tell this story. But imagine doing that for a whole movie. So that's what James McAvoy is doing. There's a new movie called My Son coming out to Peacock September 15th.
September 15th.
So everybody else in this movie had a script. James McAvoy had some plot points.
Yeah.
He gave some bullet points.
Yeah. Like your son's gone.
Yeah. He improvised his entire part, and everybody around him kind of had to go with it, but they knew where the movie was going to go.
Yeah, this looks really entertaining, and I've never actually kind of heard of this happening before, and I think we have some audio from James McAvoy here, Cotter.
Yeah, that was him talking about the experience.
I've managed to have an experience that no actor gets to have. I hope we'll give the audience something really tangible that they can hang on as this thriller rattles along.
Just with James McAvoy's voice, he could tell me I had cancer, and I'd be like, yeah, it's going to be all right, man. It's going to be all right, James McAvoy.
This is one of those things that can go either really, really well or really, really wrong. It's kind of like Boy's Life by the guy who did James Linklater.
Oh, yeah,
Richard Linklater, where they filmed this movie over like 2 decades,
right,
of the boy growing up, the same actors, the same actress and actor playing his family. I mean, that can be either a really good concept idea or it could fail miserably. Same thing here. I mean, you're banking on the fact that James McAvoy can fake his way through without having a script.
He's an incredibly talented actor, so that's why I think that's the most intriguing thing. And the trailer for the film itself, knowing what I knew, that he had no script, I was like, it's going to be really cheesy, but it seemed really authentic and real, and I thought it honestly was a pretty solid trailer. So once again, My Son, featuring James McAvoy, who did it without a script, without any wires. That's going to be available on Peacock on September 15th. I'll definitely be checking that out.
All right, fantasy football is here, and we've got the final 6 entrants into the Cotter and Marshall Fantasy Football League. We'll make those announcements next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Let's see. Oh, let me get to the text line. So, someone texted us with a story. Grossest person I ever lived with was my father. I remember him sitting on the pooper while brushing his teeth, which sounds nasty, but not the best thing. He was so frugal with water, electricity, everything, that he would leave the bathroom door open while on the pooper just so he could let some light in from the rest of the house so he wouldn't have to turn the bathroom light on. Same guy that would take a pee, leave it in the toilet overnight just so the next person would have to flush. Interesting.
You're not saving that much money, but not flushing the toilet.
Exactly. Mac chimed in. our lovely Mac chimed in on the stream. She goes, first ever roommate. I worked 2 jobs. Got home at 4 a.m. where there were pizza boxes on the coffee table with crust still in there. Also, their dog crapped on the carpet. And guess who cleaned that up?
Greg, are you guys running the bridge at the same time? I might be up for that. I'm going to do intervals again. And I can do it on my own. You don't have to put up with my slow ass
or show up. Just know that he'll be going out there and doing that.
Yeah. Well, I'll have proof. I'll have proof. I can do the intervals on my own. You don't have to put up with me. Chris, yes, Best in Show is hilarious. I think that is my favorite of the, not counting Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap is unto a world unto its own. I think of all the Christopher Guest movies, the Best in Show is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for Guffman's good. There's another one floating out there somewhere. Oh, Mighty Wind. That's okay. And then it did Thank You for Your Consideration. I didn't like that one at all. What time are you going to be there, Greg?
Max says, y'all, it feels amazing outside today. Actually, the weather's really nice today. We only have like a high of 85 here in Savannah. We are only going to be able to enjoy that for like the next day or two because it heats back up to like the mid-90s here, I think, the beginning of next week. But the weekend, honestly, is pretty solid when it comes to just weather. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I may try to find some time to jump into the pool.
6:30. Okay. Yeah, Mac, come run the bridge. If I can do it, you can do it because you're in shape. So Labor Day, of course, this weekend got some Labor Day facts, random things. The first Labor Day parade happened in New York in 1882. People who marched in it were pushing for fair working conditions back then. Factory workers were putting in 60 hours a week.
Is that it?
They made 75 cents a day. That's about $20 in today's money. Recent poll. Oh, got a phone call. We'll take that first. Come back to the facts. Nope, phone call's gone. Never mind. We'll stay with the facts.
Stay with the facts, man. Be prepared for the next phone call.
Ready.
But stay with the facts.
A recent poll found out our favorite things to do on Labor Day are to grill out, watch movies, just relax, do nothing, outdoor activities, parties, and shopping also rank high. Most popular things to grill out, take a guess?
Burgers and dogs seem like the most obvious things.
1
right?
and 2, burgers, hot dogs, chicken, steak, and ribs. Have you ever grilled ribs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, yeah. No, I think we did one night. They were good.
Yeah,
I've never messed with
Nicole's
that.
incredible at like putting together like the seasoning and stuff.
Okay.
For ribs, yeah.
Yeah, I've never messed with that. Labor Day weekend is one of the most dangerous days to be on the road. Memorial Day is first. Labor Day is second. 48% more people plan to travel for Labor Day this year than they did last year. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Gas is more expensive this year, but still not close to the all-time high. Current average nationally is $30.18. The highest back in 2008, $4.11.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. That's crazy. 1 in 5. It's 1 in 5 holidays that always fall on the Monday. You know what the other ones are? Other 4 holidays that always fall on a Monday?
Always fall on a Monday?
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Day.
Correct?
Other ones? Tell me.
President's Day.
How could I forget President's Day?
Memorial Day and Columbus Day. And finally, according to etiquette experts at emilypost.com, it's perfectly fine to wear white after Labor Day.
That's not true.
They say it's an old rule that's now outdated.
No, that rule still takes into effect. Emily Post?
emilypost.com.
That's not a real website. You just clicked on some hacker stuff, man. You just infected our entire website.
Emily Post Etiquette, a family business since 1922.
F your family.
So if we need etiquette advice, there you go. That's what I guess that is what that's there for.
Interesting. All right. Well, okay.
All right, Foo Fighters making a fire coming up next. After that, we announce the final 6 people in the Cotter and Marshall Fantasy Football League.
And once again, top of the 8 o'clock hour, Chris Jericho will be joining the show. Talked to him earlier this week, so we'll be playing back a couple pieces of audio that we got from him, and you'll be able to watch our full interview on our YouTube channel. Make sure to go subscribe and turn on your notifications. You know you use YouTube probably every damn day, at least I do. So if you're anything like me, Go there, subscribe, or we will cry.
Mac, the distance. When we did the bridge last time, it was about 5.5, not quite 6 miles. If you want to run with me, I'm going to do intervals. Last time I ran just around my house, I did 2 minutes run, 1 minute walk. But because of the bridge and me, being out of shape, I'll go back to 1 minute of running, 1 minute of walking. Took about an hour, 20 minutes. Wasn't too bad. So it's all good.
Also, if you're a big a fan of Bad Flower has a brand new album, and they've been releasing music videos one after another for their new album. Let me find out the name of it real quick. Actually, I bet you I could just do this. Nope.
All right, just under 3 minutes.
Bad Flower has a brand new album coming out on September 24th. That is going to be called "This Is How the World Ends." Very uplifting.
Yeah.
But on their YouTube channel, they've been debuting new songs from the album, probably on the way to the release of their new album. So if you like Bad Flower, you can actually go to the YouTube channel and watch new songs from them. They actually released one just earlier today called "Johnny Wants to Fight," which sounds pretty awesome. So I'm going to check that out later today.
Peppa Pig, who is a children's TV show.
Yeah.
Roasted Kanye West recently on Twitter.
Roasted him.
So they each released an album. Kanye released Donda. Peppa Pig released Peppa's Adventures, the album. And on Pitchfork.com, which is like a music review site, Donda got a 6. Peppa Pig got a 6.5.
Wow. So
they tweeted from the Peppa Pig account, Peppa didn't need to host listening parties in Mercedes-Benz stadiums to get that 0.5. They have since deleted the tweet. Why did delete it? Come on.
That's a good nature rib right there.
I think that's awesome. That's funny. All right, 90 seconds, guys. Leave that tweet up. Okay, cool, Mac. Thank you. Let me know.
Yeah, so we'll announce the. I don't think I have the first 6.
I don't have them on me. Yeah,
I've got it.
Greg, I bought a pair of those headphones, kind of like what you had. I love them. They're great. So thank you for showing me those. Wanda, that's why I'm going slow. Trust me, I am nowhere near to being in shape. So yeah, go slow, ease your way back into it.
I got them right here.
Oh, do you? Okay. Do you want to read those first, or you just wanted to have them?
Let's announce the new ones, and
okay.
Then I'll go over the list of the old ones.
Okay. All right, guys. 15. I'll be right back. I'm ready to get back into some fantasy football. Mm-hmm. The Cotter Marshall Fantasy Football League is here. We got our draft coming up this Saturday in person. If you're in the league, you can join us at Debilation around 3 o'clock. That's when the draft goes down. Well, yesterday, Marshall, you drew our final 6 entrants into the league.
Yeah, so 12 total listeners of the Cotter and Marshall Show and Rock 106.1 will be joining us this year. First and foremost, I want to welcome Shane Ward into the league.
We also got Robert Ogier. We're going to go with Ogier.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Regama Scream is his team name.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Shane Ward's team name was Twins Liquid. Eddie Polio? I think that, yeah. He has the woo Wu-Tang Clan. That is going to be his team name.
Thomas Burkowski, the Slobber Knockers.
Giovanni Scianna. I think that's how you say it. He is the Baker of Chains, like Baker Mayfield. You get it?
And Kevin Harkleroad, Cops and Rogers.
All right, and they of course join Mike Lefchico, Michael Locklear, Marcus Nettles, Gregory Peed, Greg G, and Chris Wagner in joining the Cotter and Marshall Show Fantasy Football League. The team that does the best is going to score themselves a pair of Welcome to Rockville 2022 passes for obviously next year's event. This is something we look forward to each and every year, an opportunity to be complete failures at another medium. So I'm very excited to join and get into another year of fantasy football.
No, I welcome everybody to the league. I look forward to kicking all of your asses.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
You're going to be that good this year.
I'm going, you know what?
You're calling your shot.
Calling my shot now. I'm kicking everybody's ass.
Okay, all right.
Boom, 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 right in a row. Just line them up, knock them down.
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes for you, pal.
I will lose my first 5 games.
I hope that's the truth.
It's totally going to be the truth. All right, welcome everybody to the league. It is going to be a lot of fun. We look forward to this every year, so can't wait. Once again, the draft goes down on Saturday. If you want to join us, we're going to be out at Debilation. Come on out, bring your computer. We'll do the draft there. If not, just from the privacy of your own home. We don't care. Totally up to you. All right, coming up after 8 o'clock, earlier this week, we had a chance to sit down with the one, the only, Chris Jericho.
The Demo God, Y2J, the Ayatollah of rock and rolla.
It was like a 30-minute interview. The guy's just super interesting. Now, you've got the entire interview going up online.
That's right. So you're going to be able to watch our full talk with Chris Jericho on our YouTube channel. So make sure to search The Cotter and Marshall Show on YouTube. Subscribe, turn your notifications on, and later on, here in about an hour, a little less than an hour, you're going to actually be able to watch our full interview. But here, just after 8 o'clock, we're going to have a couple pieces from our interview of him talking about Fozzy and his show in Savannah, and also talking some AEW stuff as he's wrestling for his career this weekend.
Chris Jericho coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, we are halfway through the show. Good Lord. Here we go.
So like I said, here we're just going to have to, like for the first one, we'll hop on and be like, hey, here's our talk with Chris Jericho.
Yep.
Go in. We'll probably want to come out of it just saying, hey, more coming up.
Sure. Yeah, we could, because you have, the first one's about Fozzy, the second one's about wrestling.
Yep.
Cool.
So yeah.
Cool. All right. So later on in the show, we obviously will be playing Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. Not only will we be playing for your last chance at winning tailgate bar crawl passes, we're also going to throw in a pair of tickets to go check out Tommy Vext. He is the former lead singer of Bad Wolves. So not will you get one prize, but you'll get 2 prizes for doing Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia with us in the bottom of the 8 o'clock hour. Plus Travis from the Hot Grits podcast is going to be joining us for Beer for Breakfast at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. And then we will shift you right into your weekend with a few Marshall's music news stories. And then there we are, Labor Day weekend, guys. We made it.
Oh, yeah, this is Mac bringing up the shirt. That's right. University of Arkansas. Faye Jones, School of Architecture. Paying them enough money. It better get a damn shirt.
Faye Jones.
That bill, I mean, it's really cool. So what they did was they had University of Arkansas has been around forever. And they've got super old buildings.
Ever?
So there is one building that every student that has ever gone to Arkansas has had a class in. It's part of tradition. Everybody has a class in this building.
Mm-hmm.
And we went in there because I was having a number 2 emergency.
Wow.
Went in there and
at this point, you're pretty much a student because you're paying for your daughter to go there. You can take a poop anywhere.
Yeah. So it looked like it's just an old building. It looked like Back to the Future when you see the high school from the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this building looked like. When you go in, it's like even had the big clock on the wall and all that stuff.
Right.
But the architecture building, so what they did was they took one of the older buildings and they needed to renovate it anyway. So students, professors, they designed basically a second half of the building. So it's got this weird combo, and it works, and it sounds bizarre, but they got this old school building, and then the second half of this building is a new type of architecture design. So they've kind of combined old and new. And when you walk in through the building, there's literally a line. This is where you're going from the old building to the new building. And it looks really, really neat. So, I mean, it's like after seeing some of this stuff, walking through some of these buildings, I'm like, all right, I feel this may be money well spent.
That's the moment you're like, oh, the building looks cool, and that's like you're like, all right, this is worth it.
Well, I mean, because you can tell they put a lot of effort into the architecture program. So yeah,
all right.
And it's funny. So Ella so far has been sending us just pictures of drawings because that's what she has done at first. So, yay.
So Mac just texted me, and she said, "Oh, good Lord, I forgot I could do this." She's actually streaming us live on her television in her living room.
Yeah, that is the only way we should be viewed.
Wow, that's the only way?
I don't know. View us in any way possible. I don't care.
You know, what's actually weird is my buddy watches us on his television back in Illinois, too, because he sent me a picture. He's like, just hanging out with the fellas.
Nice.
All right, guys. Oh, also a quick programming note. I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a surprise for anyone. We're taking Monday off for the show, Labor Day, so a little 3-day weekend action. I plan on getting aggressively drunk, watching AEW. I'm going to say maybe aggressively. I don't know. We'll see how the night goes.
I want to get home, so I wouldn't say aggressively.
I think if you wake up early and go for a run, there's no way you're making it through the pay-per-view without sleeping. Cotter is notorious for coming over to my house, and I'll be like, hey, dude, come over and watch the sports thing of any sort, pay-per-view or not. Cotter falls asleep on the couch about 68% of the time. And not 69, because that would be too nice.
And this was before we were doing mornings.
Mm-hmm.
So throw on to the fact that we now get up at 3 o'clock, or at least I get up at 3 o'clock, and I haven't napped over the last 2 days. If I make it through match 1 on Sunday, that's a win.
Yeah. Just bring over some beer and food so I can eat it.
Fair enough. How was the show? I don't know, but my nap was great.
Hey, Cotter just took a 4-hour nap over there. We just poked him with a stick when he was snoring too loud.
Go home. All right, so 15 seconds commercials. Going to get into Pearl Jam Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
After Jeremy, diving into some Jericho.
So many J's. So this weekend, I'm trying to think. So you have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yep.
So you can get out and go see yourself a new movie. Obviously, I'm going to see Candyman tonight. That came out last week. I'm a huge horror film fan, but also I wanted to just see the new one because I've heard some great things. But oddly, I've heard some bad things about the new Candyman.
Really?
So I don't know what to believe. I mean, I usually base, I feel like my opinions are kind of in line with this website called IGN, which is like a video game news network, but they also do movie reviews. And whenever I usually look at their movie reviews, they have a scale of like 1 to 10 they do stuff on.
Right.
And usually if they said, oh, this is a 8 out of 10, I would be like, oh, okay, I went and saw that movie. I agree. It was like an 8 out of 10. So I feel like our views are kind of aligned.
Sure.
They gave Candyman a 9 out of 10. So they said the movie was great.
All right.
I'm very excited to see Candyman. So I'm going to go see that. I think, or I know, tonight. So.
Okay.
Gibby says, what achievement do you guys need to be an affiliate on Twitch? I think we need technically over 50 subscribers, and we're like 49. Like, we're stupid close. They come trickling in. Week after week, we'll get like 1 or 2 new subscribers, but it's definitely been an uphill battle with Twitch.
Like I said, I'm just going to start playing video games.
I know. Feel free, man. You got the account login. Set yourself something up at home and stream away.
It'd be the worst lighting ever.
Well, it doesn't cost a whole lot. I mean,
that's true.
Our rig cost a total of like $250 per person.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn cheap. Well, plus the graphic stuff. I guess that cost a lot more. But, whatever.
All right, guys. Got about 4 minutes. Part 1 of the Chris Jericho interview. More about Fozzy, about the band.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall asked him about this latest video for Sane.
Yeah.
Everything that kind of went into that.
So, once again, we're only going to play you just like 33% total of the talk that we had with Chris Jericho. You'll be able to view and watch and listen to the full interview over at our YouTube channel. I had that going up in like 15 minutes.
Cool.
You'll be able to watch it there on our YouTube channel.
We're probably not going to play the interview on the stream, guys, just because 5 minutes, 4 minutes. So if you want to listen to it, you can hop on over and check it out on the air or on the internet stream of the station. You can do it that way too.
You want to play?
All right, I lied. We'll play it on.
Just for you guys who want to listen to it. So one of our streamers, I don't think they're on right now with us, but Kelly, she lives up in Massachusetts and she hangs with us a couple times every single week. She's up there and she goes, it's the first week of September and it's 55 degrees in Massachusetts right now.
How'd that happen? Jesus.
Yikes.
Winter's here, guys. F you.
Yuck.
All right, we got about a minute and a half.
Yeah, I don't know why we're getting such excellent weather over the next 2 days, but we really are. So today's high and tomorrow's high is a high of 86 degrees. I mean, the low's going to be 68. It'll be chilly.
68?
Yeah, 68, man.
Jeez.
That's tomorrow night. Tonight's low is a low of 70, but still, for us, kind of chilly.
If I had a fireplace, I might fire it up.
I have a fireplace and I've never used it, and I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared to use my own fireplace.
You would need to clean the hell out of it before you used it. It's like with the house we rented in Wilmington, it had a fireplace in the living room, but they're like, never use this. It just don't. It will burn your house down. I'm like, all right, fair enough. we had one growing up, and we used it all the time.
Yeah?
All the time growing up. I mean, my house didn't have like central air conditioning. It was just an AC unit in the windows of a couple of rooms. So we don't have like a heating and air, vent kind of system.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the fire in the living room. We had a wood-burning stove in another room in the house, and that's kind of how we warmed the house. Like I lived in the freaking woods.
Elaine says she's going to freeze. Yeah. I was cold last night when I got into bed. I was like, I think I had my house set at like 70. I put my air conditioning down to 76 when I fall asleep.
Sure.
And I was like, God damn, it's cold in the house right now. I got under the blankets.
All right, guys. 15 seconds. Be right back. We had a chance to sit down with the one and only Chris Jericho and talk to him via a Zoom call earlier this week.
That's right. Y2J, the Ayatollah of rock and roll. Yeah, we got a chance to talk with him about a multitude of things, but we were very excited to talk to him about Fozzy. They're coming to town, Victory North, on Friday, October 8th, and he is excited about that. He is very excited about finally getting back to Savannah because I feel like it's a redemption show for him in so many ways.
All right, here you go. First part of the interview with the one and only Chris Jericho.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
How's it going, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
Fantastic. Good. Can't wait for the show. Obviously coming to Savannah, Friday, October 8th, Victory North. Great venue. I think it's going to be perfect for you guys. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yes.
Had a chance to run into you. Welcome to Rockville. I think we were figuring it out. It was like 2016. The year I think your set got rained out.
Yeah.
But still got to chat it up with you guys. That was a lot of fun.
I remember that. Yeah, that was we were just about ready to go on. They were chanting Fozzy and everything, and then the rain came. So tough luck for us on that day.
Yeah, but this one's good. I'm glad you guys were able to get this rescheduled because of the whole pandemic thing coming back now in October. All right, so just for starters, I mean, you got the concert tours, books, championships, podcasts, cruises, movies. I'm sure I'm leaving something out. Do you sleep at all?
You know, it's funny. Like, it's not like I'm busy, but I'm not as busy as you might think. What I do really well is time management, which is something a lot of people don't do.
True.
And if you think about my daily show plan or my daily show schedule or whatever, if you have a show at night, and that could be wrestling or Fozzy, the show doesn't start till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And you're usually at the building or, you know, at the venue at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So what do you do during that time frame? You can sit around and do nothing and waste time, which a lot of people do. Or you could take a little bit of that time to do some writing or to do some podcasting or whatever it may be. So, yeah, I'm busy. Yeah, I have a lot of projects, but I also take a lot of time off as well. So, like I said, it's just a matter of putting those pieces into the puzzle with the right amount of thought and planning going on behind it.
Hey, Chris, it's Marshall here. So, obviously, let's talk about one of your latest projects. Obviously, with Fozzy and the music video for Sane. It was filmed in Santa Claus, Indiana, at Holiday World. This thing looked like it was a too much fun experience probably for you guys. But I was just curious. I mean, with that video itself, I mean, I'm guessing you didn't nail it on one take. How many takes and how many times did you ride that damn roller coaster that day? Because
you might think it's fun at first, but, you know, I don't know if the human body is built to go on a roller coaster 6 times in a row.
Not.
And that's what we had to do. And it was, you mentioned Santa Claus, Indiana. So it's one of the last and the biggest wooden roller coasters. And you might say, well, what exactly does that mean? Well, wooden is much more jolting and it moves you around a lot more. So not only do we have to deal with that, but also I have to be the singer and enunciate and get the words right and all that sort of stuff as you're going down this, you know, huge descent in this fast wooden roller coaster, and you kind of got to look cool too. So it wasn't easy. And there's guys in the band who didn't make it through all 6 takes.
I know.
If you look very closely, you can see a couple times there's only 4 of us instead of 5.
I want to point out one member, Rich. Dude, this guy is a champ because it's obvious to look at you, Chris, during that video, and you're killing it, man. You're having such a great time. You're nailing it. Rich is into it, but there's points where he's not. Right around the 3 minute and 49 second mark, right at the end of the music video, he goes from screaming to laughing, then to it looks like closed mouth, I'm gonna vomit. Did any of the guys kind of lose it in that way on the video shoot that day?
Yeah, and like I said, you're looking at, so there was 6 takes and 2 of them we couldn't use because of technical difficulties, which really sucked because it's the proverbial as soon as the train leaves the station, like you can't go back. And there was 2 takes where as soon as we left and started going, the music doesn't play or the camera doesn't work. And it's like, well, this is great, except for now we have the next 3 minutes of this hell ride of just sitting there, actually having to do it and not performing. Those were the ones that were hardest for me.
Okay, so over the past couple of years, couple new songs, Nowhere to Run, and of course, new song Sane, with the video just talking about. I read somewhere that it looked like 2020 was the year we were going to get a new album. Obviously, the pandemic happens, didn't happen. Are you guys planning? Is there a timeline for a new full album for the band?
Much like a lot of bands, I'm assuming that because none of us could really tour, that everybody was working on new stuff. And we were laughing calling this new record Chinese Fozzocracy because it seemed like, I think Nowhere to Run, which is on this record, we recorded that in May of 2019. And it was released in the fall of 2019. The idea was, well, that'll be the first single. And then the record will come out, later on the year. I think one of the original plans was to call the record 2020, like, how it's like 1984 Van Halen, like how monumental. And then as we started going through and realizing like, we're not going to have this done because studio closed, like everything closed. And plus who wants to release an album when nobody can tour with it? And there was a few bands that did that. For us, we knew you can't put out an album if you can't tour on it. So the album is done. It's finished. It's mixed. It's mastered. It's ready to go. Now it's just a matter of waiting for the right time for it.
Can't wait to hear a whole album from Fozzy.
Yeah, so apparently it's done. It's in the can, and yeah, it'll probably be coming out next year. So we, once again, had a talk with Chris Jericho earlier this week via Zoom. We have a second part of the interview coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to go more wrestling on this one. Obviously, Chris Jericho, born and bred to be a wrestler, known for his wrestling. He's got a big match for his career on the line this coming Sunday.
All right, that's coming up after Highly Suspect. Here is My Name is Human, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
All right, guys, thanks once again for sticking around with us while we're playing back our Chris Jericho interview. Here in just a few moments, we'll be actually dropping the full interview on our YouTube channel. Make sure to check that out over the weekend. We'll definitely be sharing it around over the weekend as well, just in case you forget.
All right, got about 3 minutes. We'll get back into it. Like Marshall said, this is definitely a little bit more on the AEW side of things, about his match against MJF, just about AEW in general. Seems very proud to be part of it.
Yeah.
So
it was announced yesterday, Cotter, Netflix is doing a horror anthology series called Cabinet of Curiosities. Now, it's already officially begun in Toronto, and it's being put together by Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so in addition, they've actually revealed 14 actors who are going to be a part of it. I would say probably the biggest one that you probably know is Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead.
Oh, nice.
He's going to be in one of these stories. So is the bad guy from the Punisher series. I forget his name.
I don't know who that is.
His real name is Ben Barnes, but he played a real bad character from there. Tim Blake Nelson is also in it as well. Crispin Glover is part of the series, and Peter Weller is also going to be part of another one as well. So once again, it's going to be called Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. It's being described as a live-action, genre-defying, and chilling collection of distinct stories. Now, there's no release date yet on this, but they are filming it currently up in Toronto. So I'm guessing that's probably going to be like a next Halloween type of deal. But very cool that they're doing that. I love his work.
Then I love the name alone.
Yeah,
sounds like kind of a Tales from the Crypt thing. And then I just started. It's like I got HBO Max. Tales from the Crypt on there. It is not. God dang it.
I think it's on. I don't know.
I loved that series growing up on HBO. It is so good. We might just jettison the break about the countdown.
Okay.
Since we got trivia, so we may just skip over that talk break altogether.
Okay.
So we'll see where we are afterwards.
If you have Amazon Prime, it looks like it's on there.
Oh, sweet.
The first 7 seasons.
Works for me. Dude, it's so good. So good.
Chris talked about wooden roller coasters during that break there. It made me think. I actually rode a couple wooden roller coasters when I was in Southern California before I actually moved here. So there's the Goliath roller coaster, which they actually, I think, shut down like a few weeks after. I don't even know if it's still going.
Yeah.
But I rode that, and I also rode the Ghost Rider at Knott's Berry's Farm in like the same weekend.
Okay. Yeah, wooden roller coasters are fun because they're different.
They're tough on your body.
So tough, man, especially the old school ones.
Yeah.
There's some now that look wooden, but they're not. It doesn't have the same kind of feel. But yeah, some of them are just rough. All right, guys, be right back. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Earlier this week did a Zoom call with Chris Jericho from AEW. Of course, Fozzy, his band, going to be in Savannah in October. Now, the first break was more about Fozzy, more about the band.
Right.
This time, we got to delve into AEW, man.
Yeah, we gotta dive into the demo god, the old school Y2J-ness of his wrestling career, and obviously he has a big match coming up this Sunday. AEW All Out. It's a big pay-per-view going down Sunday night, and he's fighting literally for his wrestling career.
Crazy stuff. Here's part 2 of our interview with Chris Jericho.
Now, of course, you use your song Judas for your entrance at AEW. It's turned into an event of its own at the show, a highlight, I think, for a lot of fans. They sing you in. It's awesome to watch every time. Now, for you, as the wrestler and the rock star, what's cooler? Them singing you into the ring, or you at a show and then them singing along with you up on stage?
I mean, it's pretty much 6 of one, half dozen of another. You know what I mean? Like it's always cool when people know the words to your song, when they're singing your song. Obviously, at a Fozzy gig, there's a few other songs that people know the words to.
Yeah.
But for Judas at the show, I mean, the other week in Houston, we had no music at all. We just had people singing it right from the moment I came out, like kind of an a cappella version. And that was amazing. It was like one of the coolest moments ever, just to see like how much people are into the song and how much they care about the story that we were telling.
Well, Chris, you got obviously a big match in front of you this coming Sunday, All Out in Chicago. This thing is sold out. It's going to be great in between you and MJF. But I think right, according to what public knowledge is your contract's about done. I think you actually stunned the wrestling world January 2019 when you decided to stroll out, in front of everyone, join AEW. But now that you're looking at possibly the end of your wrestling career, possibly the end of your time in AEW, what does your time with AEW mean to you?
I think just taking the chance to come to AEW in the first place. There was no guarantees when we first showed up, and there's more and more guys coming into the company now, which is great, but there's no risk to come to AEW now. Now you can just come and reap the rewards and all that sort of thing. But when we first started, it was almost like the rebel forces going up against the evil empire. And, can you destroy the Death Star and survive, or will you get blown into smithereens? And I think the fact that we're able to make the company very successful very quickly right out of the gate was a huge plus and a huge feather in all of our caps. So that means a lot, because it was a risk to come to AEW. But it's a risk that I was willing to take and I wanted to take, knowing like if this works, this is just going to add to my legacy.
This Sunday, once again, you're going to be AEW's All Out in Chicago. People can watch it on Bleacher Report Live, pay-per-view on Sunday. This MJF thing, man, I mean, you guys have been beating the out of each other for months and almost years now. I mean, but with the stipulation of having your wrestling career on the line, I mean, obviously, it's something to look at. I mean, it's definitely a huge draw to the pay-per-view. So how do you prepare yourself? How do you look at something like this and mentally get yourself ready? Because I'm guessing you guys are going to go, I mean, no pun intended, all out on each other this Sunday.
Well, I mean, we pretty much have. I mean, it's the cool thing about this whole story is it's been literally a year. I think we started September 9th of 2020, and, we're going to end it September 5th. 2021, one way or another. So I think that type of long-term storytelling is very rare. I also think it's not easy to do, and I think that we've really done it properly.
Chris, thanks for your time, man. We're rooting for you this Sunday. Kick his ass.
I appreciate it, man. And either way, I'll see you guys in Savannah, the home of one of the all-time worst Fozzy gigs. And the reason for that is somehow we ended up being on a bill where we opened for the Murder Junkies. The Murder Junkies are Gigi Allen's band. Of course, Gigi Allen is not with us anymore, but his band continues to tour on. So it was skinhead Nazi punks combined with Fozzy fans.
When was this?
Gosh, it was a long time. It was 2004, 2005.
Okay, that's before we were here. Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
When we come to town, I should come do your show in studio, and I'll tell the whole story about Fozzy versus the Murder Junkies.
Love it. I love it. Yeah. All right, Chris. Well, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Can't wait to see you guys in October.
Sounds great, guys. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Rock 106.1 traffic from the Safe Touch Security Traffic.
There we go.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging around and listening to a small portion of our Chris Jericho interview that we did with him. So we actually just put up on our YouTube page our full interview, unedited. I mean, the entire thing is currently up. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for you guys right now in the chat, so you guys can open it up, save it for Whenever you get a chance this weekend, we'll also post it up a couple times over the weekend as well. But our full 30-minute interview with Chris Jericho is available up on YouTube right now. So feel free to go check that out now or over the weekend, preferably over the weekend. Stay with us here. Stay with us. Don't leave us. Hold on to us.
So, yeah, I'm going to eliminate that middle break. So we'll come from commercials into a song right into the trivia.
Okay. And then, yeah, once again, for trivia today, guys, we have tickets to see Tommy Vext, formerly of Bad Wolves, next Thursday. He's playing a show over at Victory North Savannah. I almost said Victory North South. That's not what it's called. So you win tickets to that and also the Tailgate Bar Crawl, which is going to be tomorrow downtown Savannah.
Murder Junkies are great. Oh, you've seen them? That's awesome. A friend of ours, or a guy we used to work with years ago, was friends with Gigi Allen, Derek Moody.
Yeah, you're talking about the Reverend Derek Moody.
Reverend Derek Moody. And Bloody Mess. Bloody effing Mess and the Scabs. Bloody effing Mess and the Mother.
He had 1,000 band names. Yeah.
1,000 band names. He was a little kind of a regional punk legend of his own. But yeah, he toured a lot with Gigi Allen. Knew the guy very, very well. Derek's an interesting dude. But Bloody Mess and the Veins, the Scabs. Yeah, there was two others there. Good stuff. Oh, never saw him live. Love Brutality and Bloodshed for All album. Nice.
Liquid, I don't know. I'm sure you saw it yesterday, probably via email, but you joined the league. You're inside the Cotter and Marshall Fantasy Football League. So welcome. Obviously, draft is tomorrow at 3 p.m. I think I invited 12 people yesterday. I think we still have like a couple spots that haven't been claimed from people. I think there was like 3 or 4 people who haven't confirmed their fantasy football godlike states.
Are we just going to go with the beers that Tony brought? Because I looked at mine again, and I was like, eh.
Well, yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't respond to your text message yesterday. I mean, we had the Cloudwalker IPA that I still have from Odd Story in my fridge, and then we've got those. So we'll just go with some of those.
Got that pepper beer.
Which pepper beer?
From Tony.
Oh yeah, we'll just go with that.
Yeah, we could do that in one of the IPAs or something. I don't know. Depending on how many you want to do.
Nice. Oh, you'll be there for Cake Day tomorrow. Nice. Can't wait to see you there, Sean. Yeah. Metallica. So we're actually giving away tickets to to the Welcome to Rockville in 2022.
Yeah.
So Metallica may or may not be on the show, but just a heads up. So if you are the winner of the Fantasy Football League, it'll be for the 2022 edition, not this year.
Yeah, since we'll be in the middle of the season when this one goes down. But we will have tickets to give away for Welcome to Rockville before it gets here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the coming weeks, so I mean, we're doing this thing called a super ticket, which we'll explain more later.
Yep.
But we'll have a promotion called the super ticket promotion. We'll have more tickets to Welcome to Rockville. I got a bunch of 4K Snyder Cut Justice League movies.
That's cool.
Like it's the 4K Blu-ray, like it's got everything in it, and these things are worth like $50. Like it's ridiculous how much they cost. But someone is sending me a bunch, so I'm gonna give them away, and we'll be doing that over the next week or two. So we have a bunch of cool stuff that we'll be giving away here on Rock 106.1, not only to the Horde, but online, Facebook, lots of giveaways still.
Liquid, he was talking about whatever. I know, gingers crossed. I didn't know if that was a weird way gingers greet each other.
No, I don't think so. He actually he wrote fingers and then washing it. Yikes.
It's funny. Tony, don't feel bad. If we don't like the beer, it's not on you. I mean, you brought us free beer. I ain't going to hate you for that.
I feel the pressure of it being good now.
Don't feel the pressure. You're fine.
How about this? If we don't give it a good rating, you have to give Cotter a discount on his Rob and Tug tomorrow. I mean, Rob, sorry. It's just so natural to say both at the same time.
No tugs or plugs.
Yes. Well, you can't guarantee the plug part.
No.
But definitely no tugs.
But no, Tony has supplied me with enough green chilies.
Mm-hmm.
This could be the worst beer I ever had, and I ain't going to judge her.
Right. Sean says, Mac, I will be at Cake Day in spirit. I'll have a cupcake for myself, whatever bar or brewery I am in Wisconsin.
Love it.
Hey, Sean, do you have an iPhone? If you have an iPhone, or shit, I guess we could just do it over. How about this? Sean, I will video message you into the Cake Day tomorrow. So I'm a nice guy. I'll do that. We'll connect via Facebook or something. Lane says, I may come to Cake Day. I have some biker event stuff and Ginger Billy tomorrow night. Just bring the bikers down. Bring them down to Double H.
Bring them all down.
We'll teach Cotter how to ride a bike in the back of Double H. It'll be hilarious.
No, we won't.
What do you mean?
I am all for learning how to ride.
So why don't you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle?
I am not going to do it on somebody else's bike.
Yeah.
No,
how else would you do it?
You'd go to Savannah Harley Davidson, you take their course, and you use the bikes they have specifically for said course.
What about we have those hilariously tiny little dirt bikes or those little like motorcycles that kids get?
Yes.
We'll bring one of those. You could do that. On that. Same thing, right?
Same thing.
Same concept.
No. One day I'll learn how to ride a bike. Harleys don't have training wheels, but they have a training course.
Yeah. And
I feel less bad if I tip one of those over than somebody's bike, especially somebody who's hoping to ride away on it from Devilation.
2 minutes till we hit break. What are we doing here again?
We're soliciting for trivia.
Okay.
Yep. I had to skip a break here, guys. So normally we're just going to talk about the countdown. So, hey, countdown starts in an hour and a half. Spoiler, you want to know what song 1061 is?
Yeah.
You guys want to know? We're starting off with King Missile Detachable Penis.
All right.
Elaine, I keep meaning to do it. We've actually, have talked to them a couple times about doing it through the radio station.
Shouldn't King Missile be the tip, not the
the base?
The base, the balls.
Do you really think it deserves to be the tip, though?
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. Why not? Why not? Too much of a hater in your old age, man.
Yeah. But no, yes, Elaine, we've talked about doing that even like through the radio station, and it's just we've never been able to figure it out. Yes, Mac, I did. I got my haircut. There you go, guys.
Do the side profile. There you go.
Beard trim. $30. Great deal.
Thing is, Cotter was telling me he was talking to this guy who was cutting his hair yesterday, and he couldn't understand a word he was saying to him. So honestly, he was like $60.
Maybe.
Cotter's like $30. Okay.
I gave him $40. I tipped him $10.
Yeah, and the guy was like, "Fucking get out of here. Just leave."
My hearing has gotten so crappy, guys. It is so bad. Trying to have a conversation, and I mean, because you got the razors are going, the trimmers. There's music playing in the background. There's a bunch of people in there. Yeah. My hearing sucks.
Here in about a half an hour as well, we're about to jump into trivia. Travis from Hot Grits Podcast is going to be joining us for Beer for Breakfast, so heads up.
All right, guys, be right back. It is time for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. They've got a big bar crawl going down this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. The Tailgate Bar Crawl. It's all leading to that first big college football game of the season. No, it wasn't last night's Ohio State game. They almost lost. They were down 21-17, third quarter, and I'm like, woo, this is going to get ugly. They won, and it broke my heart. But tomorrow night's game between the Bulldogs and Clemson, it's going to be a Slavanaka. And I can't wait to check it out. And you're going to be able to crawl all around downtown Savannah and check out that game just for playing us in Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia.
Also got tickets for Tommy Vext.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tommy Vext, former lead singer of Bad Wolves. He's actually coming to play a show at Victory North Savannah this coming Thursday. We'll hook you up with a pair of tickets to go check out him as well.
So who do you want to take on, myself or Marshall? Call now. Bring it. 800-394-1061. Are you smarter than a community college Dropout Trivia? All right.
Call us up, you cowards. Here's someone.
Rock 1061, who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Headed to work.
All right, perfect. Who do you want to take on today? Myself, Cotter, or Marshall?
I'll take on Marshall.
All right, fair enough. Deal is 7 questions, 60 seconds. Time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. If you don't know the answer to the question and want to pass, feel free to do so. If we got time at the end, we'll come back to it, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. What is the name of the team that serves as the main opponent for the Harlem Globetrotters? Is it the Generals or Stallions?
Generals.
That is correct. How many colors are in a rainbow?
5.
Incorrect. What president is featured on a $2 bill?
Pass.
According to mythology, what metal are werewolves afraid of?
Can you repeat it?
According to mythology, what metal are werewolves afraid of?
Gold.
Incorrect. True or false? There are 86,400 seconds in a day.
True.
That is correct. Which member of the Rat Pack died on Christmas Day, 1995?
Pass.
What year did MySpace launch? Multiple choice, 1999, 2001, or 2003?
2001.
Incorrect. Back to question 3. What president is featured on the $2 bill?
Hamilton.
Incorrect, and your time is up. All right, Marshall. All right, what was your name again, man?
Kevin.
Kevin, thank you.
Kevin.
Didn't write it down. Kevin got 2 out of 7.
Okay.
Hang tight, Kevin. We're going to be right back to you. Don't worry, you're going to score all those tickets regardless, but we're going to see how Marshall will do on today's round of trivia. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. Are you ready?
Bring it on.
Here we go. What is the name of the team that serves as the main opponent for the Harlem Globetrotters, the Generals or Stallions?
Generals?
That is correct.
Oh, nice.
How many colors are in a rainbow?
7.
That is correct. What president is featured on a $2 bill?
John Adams?
Incorrect. According to mythology, what metal are werewolves afraid of?
Silver.
Correct. True or false, there are 86,400 seconds in a day.
True.
That is correct.
Oh.
Which member of the Rat Pack died on Christmas Day, 1995?
Dean Martin.
That is correct.
Okay, cool.
What year did MySpace launch? Multiple choice, 1999, 2001, or 2003?
Got into radio 2001. MySpace came after 2003.
That is
Nice.
correct. All right, 6 out of 7. 6 out of 7.
I am pretty happy with that. MySpace was just a pure guess because I was like, I hooked up with a chick with MySpace. My first social media hookup, maybe my only one ever.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Okay, I'll take 6 out of 7.
All right, Kevin, he got you today, but don't worry. We still got tickets for the bar crawl and a pair of tickets for Tommy Vext at Victory North Savannah.
Awesome.
All right, man, we've got your number, so what we're going to do is probably give you a call sometime. Well, actually,
Today.
you have to give you a call today for the ticket. So Marshall will reach out to you, and he'll get everything taken care of.
All right. Thanks so
Thanks,
much.
man.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Bye.
Let's go over correct answers real quick, Cotter.
Yep. Correct answers, yes. The main opponent of the Harlem Globetrotters are the Generals. There are 7 colors in a rainbow. Thomas Jefferson is on the $2 bill. Werewolves afraid of silver. There are 86,400 seconds in a day. It was Dean Martin of the Rat Pack who died on Christmas Day, 1995. And yeah, MySpace launched in 2003. All right, we're back to trivia on Tuesday, 8:30. Are you smarter than the community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. All next week, your chance to score tickets for Tommy Vext. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and edit that audio up. We'll be right back. All right, guys, back on the stream. Thanks for hanging with us while Cotter edited up what you heard live with Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? Kevin, sorry for ransacking your weekend, not getting off to a good start. But you know what? I'm sorry, okay? There's only so many things I'm actually okay at, and crappy trivia questions is one of them. So I just got one of those memories on Facebook. 5 years ago, my wife participated in the Oktoberfest Stein hoisting competition.
She did good, didn't she?
She wound up like top 3, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, she did all right.
Oh, yeah. Beer Fest would have been this weekend.
Would have been this week. Rest in peace. It's been dead for 3 years now.
So sad, man. How do we not have a massive beer fest?
Our last Beer Fest was, it may have been 18. Yeah, it was 18. Yeah, it was 18 was our last fest.
Man.
They canceled it. They canceled the beginning of 19, so we didn't have it 19. We didn't have it last year, and we didn't have it. We're not going to have it this year. So, yeah.
I miss that. I mean, I know, Bananas did a couple. I know some other groups like Moon River just did a smaller version of it. I heard it was great. Wasn't able to go. But we need a big, full-on beer fest again.
Yeah, without a doubt. I love that stuff. And I love that one because we got free tickets.
It was an added bonus.
Yeah, it was kind of the best.
Well, and it was even cool before, because before we did anything with the radio station for it, I would just go and volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they split it up into 2 sessions.
Yeah.
So you always volunteer for the first session, and then you just get loaded the second session.
And shit hammered on the second one.
Got in for free because you volunteered. Mm-hmm. So that was always nice. So buddies of ours, they volunteered, and they ended up with Sam Adams. This was years ago. I mean, years ago. Before you were here. They got so drunk. And all they did was, because Sam Adams was pouring from bottles. So when they got to the point where there wasn't enough left in the bottle for the taster, they cap it off. Well, there were a lot of those to cap off. It's like, I remember walking past them, and once I was done, because they just hung out and went with the second session.
Mm-hmm.
I remember they're out in front, and they're like, had this routine going on. They had all these people. They were like entertaining people. Stupid. And the people from Sam Adams requested them the next year. They were so good.
Oh, wow.
But there is a picture of them from that day, completely passed out in the back of a minivan out at, I think, North Beach Grill on Tybee, because they wanted to grab some food afterwards.
They made it all the way out there.
But they didn't drive. Their wives drove. But they went out to North Beach Grill, but they ended up passing out in just the back of the van.
Sometimes, sometimes life catches up to you too quick when you're at a beer festival.
So good. So good.
Makes it a little rough. Charles goes, I'll propose it again. Cotter Marshall plus APT, a perfect touch. Rubs and Mugs Fest.
I don't hate it.
It's not the worst idea you've ever had, Charles.
Yay, kitten update. We're going to surrender it, but if everything works out and it is healthy, we or myself will drive back to adopt it. Oh, that's nice.
What are you talking about?
Wanda found a kitten.
Oh.
So she's been trying to figure out what to do with the kitten.
Here's what I would do. I would find the closest corner and drop it there.
No.
It'll be fine. It lived its entire life up to that point without Wanda. I'm sure it'll be fine without her.
It's a kitten, though.
Yeah.
Didn't have much of a life yet.
That's not a dog. If it was a dog, it'd be a different story. Cat, you can just put it on the corner. Who gives a shit?
So harsh.
Speaking of being harsh, I'm going to run and grab glasses for beer for breakfast.
I washed 3, so they're sitting right there on the counter.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because we have a stack. I keep meaning to fucking wash those.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take them home. It's easier just to wash them via the dishwasher at home.
Yeah. But yeah, I washed 3 this morning. All right, guys. Yeah, man, this show has flown by today. Got about a minute left in Daughtry's Heavy is the Crown. We'll get into our trivia against Kevin that, of course, you guys heard just a minute ago. Then we'll head into the final hour of the show. Travis Jaudon, Hot Grits Podcast, going to join us for Beer for Breakfast. The complete Chris Jericho interview is posted, so you can check that out there. Sorry, guys. Oh, there it is. Okay. Perfect. Give that to Marshall. Hopefully everybody has some, plans to rest and relax at least a little bit this weekend. Maybe grill out. Whatever comes to mind, whatever you're in the mood for. I got trivia tonight. Forgot doing a round of office trivia at Coastal Empire Beer Company. I believe that starts about 7 o'clock. We'll be out there for a minute. Tomorrow, wife and I getting a couple massages from A Perfect Touch. Can't wait for that. Then we got Cake Day. That's big. So it's a big weekend, man. Big Labor Day weekend. Of course, the countdown going on all weekend long. Trying to figure out exactly what time office trivia starts. 7 o'clock tonight. So 7 o'clock. Last time we did office trivia there, it was stupid. I mean, seriously stupid. It just got so busy. So we'll see how this one does. Totally refraining from volunteering as tribute for this baby kitten, Wanda. Baby kittens. If anybody wants cats, I still have 4 in my house that need to be adopted. We are fostering 4 cats. 2 of them still kittens. 2 of them probably past the kitten stage. But if anybody wants them, let me know. Work through One Love Animal Rescue. Well trained. We got 2 still. One of them is a little feistier than the others. Both of them are sweet. But wait, if you want one, totally trained. Best cat ever. All right, into trivia now. I haven't even checked that in a while. All right, yeah, trivia now, getting ready to wrap up. Let's see what we got coming up after commercials. Gonna hear some Stone Temple Pilots. Got some Fuel, Hemorrhage in My Hands. Then, of course, we'll get into Beer for Breakfast, Travis Jaudon, Hot Grits Podcast. Shang-Chi opens up this weekend if you're inclined so to check out a movie. All right. Are they going to scratch up your couch? We've got them mainly in our office right now. They're not. They like to move around everything. So the office has got a lot of Danish teaching supplies, including like puppets and stuff she's used for the classroom. They have gotten those out and moved them all over the place, but they haven't scratched anything up at all. I'll check with Dana, but I don't think that's been an issue with them so far. All right, so all kinds of stuff this weekend. I know we've been talking about it a lot, but we're going to run it down again. Countdown starts as soon as the show's over, 10 o'clock. Top 1,061 songs ever played on Rock 106.1. It's going to kick off 1061 with the Detachable Penis from King Missile. Because if you're going to start a countdown, you might as well start on a high note. A couple local bands getting some love today. It's a nice first day. Some Foo Fighters, old and new. Refreshments, Mammoth WVH, Volbeat, some Godsmacks in here. Head PE, Lenny Kravitz, Not a Surf, Southern Culture on the Skids. Godsmack, I think I mentioned them. The Who, Rob Zombie, Baroness coming up, Better Than Ezra in there. Some stuff from Bad Wolves, Avenged Sevenfold. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. I like this kind of stuff, nerdy for this kind of stuff, so hopefully you guys dig it. If not, my apologies. It'll be over Monday. But it should be a lot of fun. All right, Marshall heading back in studio. Sounds like our guest is here.
Excuse me.
Just minutes away. Okay, 15, but minutes away from Beer for Breakfast.
Okay. Did Ham make the cut? The hell's Ham?
History of Monsters. They did not. My apologies.
He doesn't apologize for that.
They just did.
Okay, yeah, so we have Beer for Breakfast coming up here in just a little bit. We got two beers. One's a beer from New Mexico that Tony brought.
Yep.
So it's a green chili beer. I just went and confirmed we actually had those beers just before we started talking about them.
Yeah.
And then obviously our second beer is going to be a Cloudwalker IPA beer. That's going to be from Odd Story. So we'll do those two beers. Is that cool with you?
I'm down with that.
I'll bring a third one just in case we want to do a stream-only one.
Sean, they didn't make the cut because when it came to local bands, there had to be a line, because if not, I just couldn't oversaturate the countdown with it. So my line was local bands that really kind of had an impact with the station or relationship with the station. So it's like Rumor Has Wings are in there because they literally were around. And part of the reason we started the local show back in 2011, 2012, Cusses played a big part of that local show, and just kind of, I mean, when it comes to local bands and the history and just, making an impact in the area, I don't think anybody has really done better from a mainstream standpoint than the Cusses. I mean, yeah, you can make the argument of Baroness and Black Tusk, but I think from a mainstream standpoint, locally and regionally, the Cusses were there. Souls Harbor, obviously, the history with Doug and that band with this, and then In for a Penny. Just because their history with St. Patrick's Day, and we've done so much with the guys. So it's kind of was the line. I had to have something. If not, it was just going to be like, how do I say no to this band? How do I say no to this band? So that was the line. And I love that song. Phone Wallet Keys is a great song. But that's kind of why.
Sorry, I just had to adjust that camera. I'll have to adjust it more once he gets in here. Dirty Heads make the cut.
We got one Dirty Heads song in there.
Which is about the only song they're known for.
It's the only song we played. I mean, and the rules was it's like, the top 1061 songs we played on the station. So it was the one we've played, or that I knew we played. Maybe there was something before I got here.
So once again, Travis from the Hot Grits podcast is going to join us here on the live stream, and then on the air here in just a few minutes. We're going to bring him in. We'll talk about the podcast, talk about what he does, what he's all about. Also, I read some interesting reviews in regards to the Hot Grits podcast, which I'm slightly offended about. So we're going to bring those up and see what he has to say about that.
Why are you offended?
You'll hear why.
Okay.
You'll hear why.
All right.
And then we'll wrap up the show with Marshall's Music News. Got two stories today. First one's going to be about Local H. They have a new mixtape. It's actually their third in a volume, a string of mixtapes they're doing. And then Shinedown, they have an interesting story here. It's not the one I shot you yesterday, Connor.
Okay.
You don't know anything about this one. Brent Smith, he hurt himself, and he goes out on tour in like a week.
That's not good.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be able to live and survive, but I'll tell you what he did to himself here coming up in just a little bit.
All right.
Let's see. Tony says, Marshall sent you a text of the menu from the place. We got the beers with the descriptions. Oh, okay. I like that. Oh, I see it right here. All right. So once again, next week, obviously, we are off on Monday for Labor Day, so we won't be live streaming on Monday. After that, we're on for the rest of the week next week. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you'll have your chance at winning some Tommy Vext tickets from Bad Wolves with Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. Also, keep in mind that we are going to be sharing our Chris Jericho full interview video. So just in case you want to watch our full chat with Chris Jericho, you're going to be able to via our YouTube page. And I'll drop the link directly once again, just in case you want to go check that out. Bob says, Travis, ask him who his favorite babysitter ever was. I will. I'll put that on my notes right now.
See you later, Wanda. Have a fantastic vacation. Enjoy yourselves. Get weird. Get crazy. Adopt a cat. All right, we got about 4 minutes left. We got one more song after that.
Adopt a cat. Yes. Take on another burden in your life. You have us. You decided to take us.
Yeah, that's
Leave
true.
that cat in Florida.
That's true. We're enough. We're enough of a burden. It's like this is one of those weekends where there's just so much going on. It's going to be over so quick.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, we have that extra day, so that's nice.
That's true.
It'll be an extra day to recover, because usually the 2.5 days that we actually get, they just really aren't enough. They really aren't.
No, because I'm hosting trivia tonight. I completely forgot about it. I'm doing office trivia at Coastal Empire.
Oh, good Lord.
Yep.
Have fun with that.
Doing that tonight. Jake's writing the game. Said he would. I haven't seen it yet. So I may be writing an office trivia game as soon as I get off the air.
Hey, you're getting Jake Thompson, huh?
Maybe.
First time?
No, it's not. Hey, man, he offered. So I was like, yes, do it.
All right, I'm going to run and grab our beers, and I'm going to bring Travis here in the studio. I'm going to go ahead and switch it to trip cam.
Sounds good. All right, guys, give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and fire us up into delay real quick. So I will be right back, man. All right, there we go. Just throw her in delay. Never know what's going to happen. Beer for breakfast. That's all good. All good. Beer.
Travis, this is Cotter.
Hey,
Cotter, this is
going,
Travis.
Man? Good to meet you. Welcome.
Yeah. All right, let me make sure I got you on camera just fine. I think that's good. All right, so when you talk to the mic, just talk directly in the mic. You know, you were on a podcast.
Yeah.
Some people we have to kind of beat over the head during the interview process just to, like, we can't hear you. Talk into the mic.
My buddy Spencer, that does the podcast with me, he always gets mad about me not talking in the mic.
All right, guys, on camera right now is your last name, Jaudon?
Jaudon.
Jaudon, there it is. Yeah, we knew we were going to butcher that.
What, you've been saying Jaudon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. I've heard worse than that.
Well, we mostly just stuck with Travis from the Hot Grits podcast.
That's smart. That's the veteran play.
Yeah.
Jaudon, is that what you said?
Yeah, Jaudon.
Jaudon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll not say that.
I think Trav is probably the move.
Oh, yeah, one word names work out well. I like those. Easy to remember.
This is a sweet setup you guys got.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, this is more of a temporary studio as of
Hopefully.
right now. I think we're moving into an upstairs unit with a real traditional studio with a bigger room and a real board, and we'll grow up into a fancy big boy radio station at some point.
You guys are already award winners, right?
Exactly.
Well, so are you.
Right there with
so,
you,
yeah,
man.
Yeah,
first and foremost, congratulations on winning the Connect Savannah Award for Best Podcast.
Yes.
Did you won another one, right? Or was it just the one?
So we campaigned a great deal for best podcast,
Right.
and we did not place in the top 3 somehow. And then I didn't know there was a best Twitter account, best local Twitter account.
Oh.
Otherwise, I would have been campaigning for myself hardcore.
Right.
Okay.
But I did not campaign for that at all, and then won that.
So you got best Twitter account.
Best local Twitter account, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say you won Best Podcast.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Who won best podcast?
So it was a podcast that is not recorded in Savannah.
It's not local?
And they've done like 8 episodes, I think. We just did our 82nd episode. So if you're a stats guy.
I actually listened to part of your latest episode where you, and who's the guy that you do it with again?
Spencer Maddox.
Spencer, yeah. You guys just essentially yelled at each other about getting a little drunk, having a little bit of a good time, I believe.
Probably, yeah. That sounds right.
Drunk during the podcast. I don't remember.
Most of the time we're yelling at each other about something or another.
Which makes it great.
Yeah, you can't have 2 people on there just agreeing the whole time.
Yeah. So I got a quick question from the chat. Someone you may or may not know. His name is Robert, but he's known as Bob to me. He asked me to ask you who your favorite babysitter ever was.
I'm guessing that's Robert Cavino.
That is Mr. Cavino. Yes, it is.
He's top 4. He's
top 4. Okay, not bad.
Yeah, that shows you how old he is.
Not really cracking the top 3, which is
not that good.
A personal attack on him, which I actually kind of appreciate.
Well, it's a tough list to crack. I had a lot of babysitters.
I had a lot of
Yeah.
You really couldn't be trusted as a small child.
That's true.
All right, so we're on the air here in a little less than 3 minutes. So Hot Grits Podcast, we'll get into this here in a minute, but you've been doing it for how long now?
So we started it in March of 2020.
Okay.
So right after the pandemic basically shut down sports, we started a sports podcast.
Good call.
Yeah, which was
Perfect timing.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Those podcasts were like 5 minutes long.
Dude, it was a slow start. It was a grind to start for sure.
Well, I mean, after that, though, if you can make your way through a period of nothing to talk about, and you've lasted this long, you should be fine.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you can get through that and then you actually have sports roll through, you're golden.
Oh, yeah. We found that, like, we ran out of, like, hot takes early. And then when there was nothing to react to, I think that's when we started bringing on people for interviews.
Yeah.
Which was a game changer for us, having people on.
You've had some great guests. I went through. You had Mayor Van Johnson most recently, not most recently, but kind of recently. We'll dive into this once we jump on the air.
Sure.
Now, when it comes to just sports in general, you're a fan of, I'm guessing, some Georgia State teams. Is there fandom that you want to proclaim?
Well, so I mean, I grew up rooting for the Georgia Bulldogs in college and watching the Braves every night, but I grew up rooting for the Red Sox and the Celtics and actually the Dolphins in the NFL because of my dad.
Okay.
So I grew up with those kind of posters and stuff on my wall. But now since I've been in sports media, since 2017 was when I started at the Savannah Morning News. I pretty much stopped like the diehard fandom,
right?
In a way, and really started watching the Braves and Falcons and still the Georgia Bulldogs often because that's what people down here liked. So now I find myself rooting for the Braves, like when I watch them when they play, which I don't know if that's great or not. It's like
you're on an emotional roller coaster right now. They're going to hurt you.
Yeah,
and you know it.
Yeah. And I try to convince myself, but like there'll be flashes where I have to be talked down from the ledge.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, oh man, we're unstoppable. Yeah. But
sounds just like the big guy.
Yeah. Braves are going to Braves. Oh God, big guy Frank Sokowski.
Me and him have quite the rivalry.
Yeah. He'll be joining us every week starting next week, every Thursday at 9 a.m. And we do the big guy breakdown with him, and he breaks down 3 of the biggest games from the NFL weekend. And we always talk about the Falcons and his fandom. I mean, it's unprecedented.
It's impressive.
Yeah. Georgia Southern. He's a big Georgia Southern guy too.
Yep. All right, guys, be right back. All right, hop on that stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Watch the show. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Right now it is time for Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. You can check out Slippery When Wet, tribute to Bon Jovi. That is tomorrow night in the Soundgarden starting at 7 o'clock. Get more info and get your tickets at coaches.net. Right now in studio, Travis Jaudon.
Yeah, you nailed it.
There we go.
Nailed it.
He's lying.
No,
He's like not even close.
No, that's not even close. Hot Grits Podcast joining us to drink some beer. But before we get to the beer, let's talk about you, man, and the Hot Grits Podcast. What you got going on with that?
Yeah, man. Well, first, thanks for having me. I just heard you guys had Chris Jericho on, so that's a tough follow. Tough follow for me.
Yeah, sorry about that. We kind of set you up for failure.
He opened for you, so it's fine.
Yeah, no worries.
Nowhere to go but up.
Well, yeah, so the Hot Grits Podcast, me and my co-host, Spencer Maddox, started this in March of 2020, and we started it around local sports. That's what we wanted to talk about. And local, I mean Southeastern, the state of Georgia, things like that. And like I told you guys before we went on air, that we started it in March 2020, basically the same week that sports were shut down for COVID.
Cool.
So, yeah, the sports podcast starting when sports were shut down. That's sort of our timing and sort of our MO. But we just recorded our 82nd episode.
Nice.
And so it's been one of the more rewarding things I think I've done in my life. But it's a lot of work, and we certainly appreciate all the people that listen and the sponsors like Coach's Corner.
Right.
Yeah, so I actually got a chance to listen to a couple episodes yesterday. I mean, the podcast is great. You can find it wherever podcasts are available. Once again, the Hot Grits Podcast. And you've had some great guests on the show. How did you get Mayor Van Johnson on? Like, how does that conversation work?
So, well, it's sort of a lengthy story, but the short version is I asked. I asked, and I'm not sure that Mayor Van Johnson quite knew what he was getting into when he joined our show. I think he thought perhaps this was a serious talk show.
Right.
And perhaps we had some credentials that were worthy of the mayor coming on. He was wrong in that, if you thought that. But we had him on, and really it's centered around the Durin Avenue Globe.
Right.
And sort of that conversation about whether it stays or whether it goes. We took a hardline stance, and we still do take a pro-Globe stance.
I'm all about the Globe.
Yeah,
man.
we are pro-Globe. It's a pro-Globe show here, too.
100%.
Yeah,
We're not trying to steal your thunder, but we also are pro-Globe.
We want everyone on our team that we can get. And so Mayor Van Johnson confirmed on our podcast that he was a pro-Globe mayor.
Okay.
So from there, we were pro-Mayor Van Johnson. That's really our criteria.
Right.
You just have to be pro-Globe.
You like stuff we like, we're in.
Right. They can take the statues. They can rename the bridges and all that. We want the Globe to stay where it is.
So how about this? Just what is the latest update on the Globe there on Durin? I mean, do we know if it's going anywhere? Is it staying? What is the latest word on it?
Right. So we had sort of a follow-up to that. We had Alderman Nick Palumbo on an episode, one of the episodes in the 70s. You can check it out. We asked him about the updates to it. And right now, what we know is the Globe will not be relocated. So now it's down to two options. It will either be torn down or it will remain right where it is. And they'll have to sort of maneuver around it. I know that Parker's gas station, the chain, bought the land and the shopping center sort of right in front of the Globe.
Right.
Okay.
Under a shell company name called Atlas Shrugged. And so that's sort of a nod to the Globe for sure. I think that's pretty obvious. So we think that right now, we think there'll be a Chick-fil-A involved in that new complex that they're building. And then the Chick-fil-A double drive-through will sort of split the Globe when you come out of the Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
So you'll come out on either side of the Globe.
That would be cool.
I kind of like that, but I also hate the idea of a Chick-fil-A going there because it'll only make traffic worse.
Right, and it'll be sort of too nice, right, for the Globe. That Globe has never been really accurate in scale of
That's
it
true.
in any way, never been cleaned. Still not sure of the use of it, but it's a Savannah landmark, and we like it.
Oh, 100%.
All right, Travis, I have kind of a bone to pick about you, but it's about how successful you are.
Okay.
So once again, we have Travis on from the Hot Grits Podcast. Him and his co-host Spencer Maddox host it. Travis, you're award-winning via the Connect Savannah Awards. So are we. It's nice to have another award-winning person in the building. But here's the deal. You've gotten some reviews on the podcast, and they're too good. But this one honestly offends me because it's from someone who's been on our show.
Okay.
Okay, so this was actually put as a review on your show from a gentleman named Paxton Eugene. Ever heard of him, Cotter?
I think
Ever heard of him?
I think I know who this man is.
Yeah. Tales from the other side of the segment we do.
Yes.
His subject line was, finally some pros in Savannah.
Now, he made this post in April. When did we have him on the show?
Just right around then.
He might not have known us at this point in time.
Still, we've been on the air for 2 months. Now, hold on. Here's his actual review. It's an art to be knowledgeable, entertaining, and funny without the crutch of sensationalism. Production is top-notch as well, and these guys work well together, effortlessly. All you need is right here. No offense to you. And that's, you know what? That's an utter incredible review that you got from Paxton. But I am so offended that Paxton didn't say the same thing to us, possibly even first.
We lost out on the first one, knowledgeable.
No.
That was a requirement. We're screwed, man.
Now
what was the first sentence? What was read the first sentence again?
Okay, Jesus. All right. It's an art to be knowledgeable. Okay, how about this? How about this? Do you know much about dinosaurs? Because we know a ton.
I do believe that dinosaurs existed, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
plus.
Do you know much about dinosaur genitalia? Because we talked about that in length.
No,
Okay.
but I'm willing
All
to
right.
learn.
Now, who's knowledgeable now, pal? Who's knowledgeable now?
All right, so we're going to take a break. We've got some beers to drink, man. What kind of beers do you like?
So I'm when it comes to beers, I'm sort of a simpleton, and sort of a Coors Light, Bud Light man.
Okay.
And I don't find myself walking into a lot of liquor stores and buying craft brews, but I'm willing to try just about anything.
Good.
Well,
Good.
we're going to blow your minds.
And I'm willing to judge just about anything too. I'm willing to rate just about anything.
Right.
So
Good. I believe we got a hot chili beer over there. That'll be fantastic.
It's called Prescribed Burn.
All right,
We'll try that one first.
We got beer coming up next. It is Beer for Breakfast with Travis from High Grids Podcast. Here's Aaron Jones' latest tune is called Supercharged. Rock 106.1. There we go.
All right, so you got another review too. I didn't bring this one up. All right, so this one was before we went on the air.
all right.
And the subject line is "Grits out for the boys," and this one just says "These dudes slap." Savannah knows, and I just like that one. That's just
good.
one I liked.
I like that
I
one,
agree
too.
with that one.
The funniest part to me is what people will put their name as. So like sometimes I guess Paxton put his actual name, which is a rookie move. We appreciate the 5-star review for sure, but you can't put the actual name.
Well, I mean, when it's that glowing, I mean, he's not like burning
that
it,
was
so.
well written. Like
He goes, I want all the credit for this.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean, we just utter bombs dropped in that first portion of our interview today. Chick-fil-A, and then knowing that Paxton gave you, no offense, a 5-star review, but has never said anything nice about us. What the man?
He said nice stuff when he was in studio.
He needs to continue saying nice things to me. Paxton should message me right now and apologize.
So
I know he's not up though.
Back to the Chick-fil-A thing. I mean, seriously, that is the worst spot for a Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the one out here on Mall's a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine there? It's already backed up without that.
How about this? If that Chick-fil-A is closed between 4 and 7 p.m., it can stay there. But I mean, like going home traffic, because idiots will go to Chick-fil-A at any time of the day. We've seen that on a consistent basis.
True.
It is going to ruin that corner.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I think I don't even consider the Mall Boulevard Chick-fil-A for lunch anymore.
But you can't.
I don't even.
You can't.
And they're fast too, but like the line is just too poor checkers. It's just,
I know.
I mean,
it's just sitting there looking out the window.
How are they still open?
it's an exit for a Chick-fil-A. That's essentially what it is.
How is Checkers still open?
It's got to get some sort of overflow, right?
Yeah, it's. Can
It's
you
getting
imagine?
like sloppy
It
seconds.
could be a cover up too. Like let's not rule that out.
No, that's true.
Let's not rule that
Because
out.
there's no one ever there.
Yeah.
The last time I saw someone at Checkers, it was the police chasing down a criminal that stole something from the mall, and they pinned him down right in front of that Checkers. It's the most action that drive-thru has ever gotten.
Right.
All right, Travis. Obviously, with the podcast you got going on, you have. I can imagine you have a new episode coming out pretty quickly.
Yeah, so we'll have one from here on basically all of football season. We'll record on Monday nights during Monday Night Football.
Okay.
And then it will be released late Monday night, early Tuesday mornings.
Gotcha.
And so that's sort of the plan that we'll do for what we call season 5. We do a new season every 20 episodes.
Cool.
So that's what we're going to do for football season, we think.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. It is Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Slippery When Wet, a tribute to Bon Jovi in the Soundgarden tomorrow. We're joined by Travis from the Hot Grits podcast. And you said when it comes to beer, Coors Light kind of guy? Keep things simple?
Yeah, super simple when it comes to that. But like I said, I'm willing to judge and rate just about anything. So
our first beer of the day is going to be from Durango, Colorado. A member of the Horde, Tony, actually went on a little vacay out to the west and brought us back this because, well, this one just kind of screams our name. It's called Prescribed Burn, and according to the description that she also sent me, it's a light German ale, which is kind of in your wheelhouse.
Yep. Okay.
But it's conditioned with habanero, poblano, and hatch green chilies. Now, this is coming in at 4.9% alcohol. And in case you're watching the stream, I'll go ahead and kind of show off the label there. So kind of a cool label, the classic Colorado Sea, but in the middle has like a little burning flame thing. So I'm excited to try Prescribed Burn.
Travis, when it comes to hot stuff, how do you feel about the hot stuff?
Not a fan. Not a fan. No. I am a fan of Prescribed Burn, though. That's my next mixtape already. Dibs.
Now, we've tried several hot beers. So good news for you. We haven't found one that you actually kind of go, that is uncomfortably hot.
Okay.
So that's a plus.
I like my chances.
Your chances are good there.
Yeah.
All right. So once again, we are trying Prescribed Burn. This is from a place in Colorado. I don't see where on the thing it's the Steamworks Brewing Company. This is once again coming in at 4.9% alcohol. It's got habanero, poblano, and hatch green chilies in it. Boys, let's go ahead and start the review. Big old sniff at first. Let's see what this thing smells like.
Hatch green chilies.
Oh, yeah. It's got that nice little subtle hint of heat with hatch green chilies. I mean, I'm not really catching much of the habaneros. I know I've tried habaneros multiple times, eating them and rubbing them in my eyes because I'm an idiot. Because everyone, I think, has done that.
Yeah.
Travis, you catching anything that we're not?
This to me smells exactly what something from Durango, Colorado called Prescribed Burn would smell like. This is exactly what it would smell like.
I mean, the nose on it's really good. I mean, because it's a hatch green chili smell. It's definitely not like the habanero or anything else.
Yeah, the nose is great on it. Let's go ahead and just holding up to the light. I mean, it looks like your typical kind of Bud Light, Coors Light, light yellow color with some really good carbonation running through it. Held it up to the stream there so you can check it out.
Yeah, it looks the part.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and drink. Enjoy,
Cheers, man.
boys. Cheers. It's got a nice subtle heat to it. I mean, it's not overbearing.
Yeah,
but it's also it's like if someone soaked a Bud Light in some in some hatch green chilies with a nice subtle heat. I think it honestly works pretty well. Cotter, what do you think?
It has more heat than I expected, but not too much.
Mm-hmm.
The habanero, much like there wasn't any on the nose, I don't get a lot when I taste it. It does come across more with the poblano and the hatch green chilies. Flavor's nice. I mean, I think this beer, if you had like a funky Bloody Mary recipe, this beer would be a great addition to that.
So I could tell Travis is dying a little inside from the heat.
Well, I think like this is, for me, this would be a tough one to drink like an entire
Agreed.
Yeah, can of it, like 16 ounce.
Yeah, but if somebody's buying this and handing it back, like if somebody's buying it for me, I'm drinking the whole thing for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know about spice and beer, man.
Yeah,
like,
it's a weird combo.
It's not really for me. Like I'll just do the wings and then the cold beer.
Yeah. It's the perfect combination ever. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to the review. Cotter, we'll start with you on the beer scale of supremacy. What do we give the Steamworks Brewing Company Prescribed Burn Chili Beer?
All right, I'm going to give this two numbers. So one number is...
Are you confused by the first one? Is that why you're saying the second? Okay.
One number is I'm going to rate it as a spicy beer.
Okay.
As a spicy beer, I'm going to say this is like a 4.
Ooh.
Because, I mean, it's hard to find a good one, and I like this. But as a straight-up beer, if I'm going to be fair to other beers I've rated on the full beer scale of supremacy, I'm going to go 2.5.
Ooh, that's a little low, I think.
I think it's because I agree with
That's offensively
Travis.
low.
No, I don't think so. I agree with Travis because it's not something you're going to drink a lot of. It's a novelty beer. And, I mean, I'm not going into the brewery and ordering a bunch of these.
Mm-hmm.
This will probably be the only time I drink it.
And do we judge this on taste alone, or can we count the look of the can?
Take everything into account.
Yeah, however you want to do it. So, I mean, on when it comes to pepper beers, it's a 4. I mean, it is what it says it is. It delivers. I just can't give it that high on the true beer scale of supremacy, 2.5.
All right, so right in the middle, we're going to say 3.3 for Cotter. Travis, on the beer scale of supremacy, what do you give the Steamwork Brewing Company's Prescribed Burn Chili Beer?
I'm going to give it a 2.66 repeating.
Okay, I like that.
I don't really like the taste, but I think the can and the design of it gives it at least half a point for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
And also, I don't want to, I don't know what's next, so I sort of don't want to
You got to set the base, yeah.
I sort of want to set the bar right there in the middle, so 2.66 is what I'll stick with.
I like that. No, I think you guys aren't too far off. I mean, when it comes to this beer, once again, from Steamworks, the Prescribed Burn, I do like the novelty of the heat to it, and that's why I'm going to give it a 3.17.
Okay.
Why not? 3.17, almost pie, just a little higher in pie.
All right, we got one more beer. We're going to drink that coming up here in a few minutes. What are we going to do next?
I think what we're going to do is we'll do the Sultan of Stroke Juicy IPA, once again, from the same place, Steamworks, but on the stream only. So if you're watching the stream this morning and you want to say hey and maybe check out, we'll do a stream exclusive beer review while we wait.
All right, beer review of Supremacy with Travis from the Hot Grits podcast continues next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Yeah.
There it is. All right, guys, thanks for hanging with us for Beer for Breakfast. Once again, Travis, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, man.
Let's do a stream-exclusive beer because I didn't come here to not drink beer today, and I'm sure Travis didn't either.
You guys have such a rough gig,
It's so hard, man.
Yeah.
So hard.
People don't understand the work that goes into it,
It's ridiculous.
I'm glad you're here to see what really goes into it.
Yeah, I'll vouch for you guys.
How hard it actually is.
This show is very content-driven, as you can tell.
I wish Paxton could see this.
Well, he never will again, that son of a bitch. All right, let's go ahead and let's just do a stream exclusive beer just for everyone kind of hanging out this morning. Once again, thank you for hanging on the stream with us, getting late in the day on a Friday. So let's do this one from Odd Story Brewing Company, this one out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is the Cloudwalker Pale Ale. Now, they got a bunch of definitions for Cloudwalker on the side of the can, but I don't really give a crap about those. This one's coming in at 6% alcohol. This one is actually picked up by our sales guy who actually lives just outside of Chattanooga. He picked it up for us and drove it down. So, a little frothy there at the beginning.
Yeah, this one's got a real Inception vibe. I feel like this one's got a story to tell. Yeah.
Oh, you're just FYI.
Oh, well, I'm only dribbling a little bit. Here, let me touch the glass. Travis, you want to... Sorry, we don't have multiple glasses this week.
Burn.
Yeah. Usually we're more professional in this. We usually have multiple glasses, but today we're really roughing it.
No, it's all right.
Well, we have a stack of about 20 that need to be cleaned. All right, what was this one again?
This is once again the Cloudwalker Pale Ale. This one is coming from Odd Story Brewing Company in Chattanooga, Tennessee at 6% alcohol. Once again, they don't really have... Oh, wait, here's a description. A beer brewed with pale malts and Cascade, Willamette, Mosaic, and Centennial hops. So many. Flaunting a bold hop bitterness and citrusy and earthy flavor profile.
I like the word earthy. I like that word.
Yes.
And once again, there's the can art. That's Cloudwalker Pale Ale.
The nose on it, I mean, they say it right in the description, malty. I get the maltiness right away. That's what first hits me.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Yeah, holding up to light, not much carbonation running through this with a really nice golden color running through. All right, let's drink. Cheers. Now, I know Travis loves this beer. Jesus Christ, this is spot on with a beer that I think you would like. Maybe a little bit maltier than maybe you're used to, especially just coming as a regular beer and wings type of guy. Travis, let's just start with you. What do you think about Cloudwalker?
Yeah, so the can was super, the look of it was very professional and very mysterious almost. Like I said, it had a story to tell, a little bit of an Inception vibe.
Oh, yeah.
But when you taste it, it's sort of an everyman's beer. So it's not too fancy, not too, like you guys were describing it, or you were reading off the can, all those big words. I don't think you need all these big words to describe this beer. It's this is a tasty one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, since I went with 2.66 on the last one, I'm going to give this one, I'm going to go 3.69.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, 3.69.
Nice. I saw what you did. Nice. All right. On the beer scale of supremacy, Cotter, this is a stream exclusive beer. Once again, from Odd Story Brewing Company. This is the Cloudwalker Pale Ale. What do you give this?
I like this one a lot. I mean, it does have kind of two things going on in here at once: the maltiness and then the pale ale side of it, which is kind of a nice combination. It's pretty cool. I like this beer, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 3.5 on this. This is good beer.
Yeah, this is very doable. Once again, this comes in at 6% alcohol, so you're grabbing like a 4 or 6 pack of these for the weekend. It's going to do the job
That's
fairly
relevant
well.
too. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. You always got to make sure your APV's hitting where it needs to. Odd Story, I love. I mean, these guys do amazing beers out of Chattanooga. I've visited them a couple times in person. Their beers are locally available here at Habersham. You can usually find 1 or 2. They distribute here in Georgia. So on the beer scale of supremacy, I mean, I like this one a lot. 3.5 for me.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Now I feel like I give a rookie score. You don't.
No,
you
you're
don't
good, man.
At the top.
No, it's fine. I mean, this one hits like exactly what beer I think you would like, though. Like you said, you're an everyman drinker. That's very much as close as you're going to get when it comes to craft.
Yeah.
Everyman beer. So like you were definitely going to hit that note.
See, this one gives me like a little more confidence now because that's half the battle is walking up to the bartender and like asking for a beer like this.
Yeah.
That takes the back of the baseball card. Like you better have some knowledge to go into that.
Well, I mean, most breweries, if you go in and say, "Hey, I'm not a craft beer guy," I mean, in the beginning when craft beer they exploded, they're like, "You get out."
Yeah.
Now
sirens would go.
They realized how many people they were turning away.
Right.
Most craft brew places now have that light beer, have that just a simple lager. I mean, you can go. I mean, I want to say, I know. Southbound does. I know Coastal Empire does.
Yeah.
Service does. So, I mean, you can go to all these places and you just ask them, I'm not a craft beer guy. And they're going to go, okay, you should try this.
Because like you were saying, it used to be.
Oh, in the beginning.
It didn't seem like that long ago where you would just get laughed out the building.
Yeah.
if you said something along those lines, like it would be like walking into like a Grateful Dead concert and being like, yeah, I just like a couple of the songs.
I like trucking and that's it. The only one.
You can't do that.
Do they have other ones? I just go there to take drugs with my friends.
It's so scary to say that you only like a couple of Grateful Dead songs. It's very, very frightening.
But yeah, I mean, you can go in the beginning. No, it was like, you don't like all of this.
Yeah.
But now they realize the money they're missing out on. And most of them are doing seltzers now, because they know there's money to be made.
They're so cheap to make.
And
I mean,
that's the other thing.
We talked to Mitch Steele, who literally wrote a book on IPAs. He's the master brewer for New Realm, who just opened up a location here in Savannah. So he wrote a book on IPAs. He's world famous for it because this man is a genius. And he's like, yeah, we're doing seltzers. He goes, honestly, because they take nothing to make. They're so cheap and they can sell them at a pretty decently premium price. They make so much money off seltzers. And like, I think it's just more of the dumbification of America because you look at Idiocracy and you're like, how did we reach this point? And seltzers is one of those.
You could point to seltzers would be
exactly
right away.
It's a bullet point. They're like, and when they look at history and they're like, man, we really peaked around 2005. They're like, how did this happen? And they're gonna be like, war, seltzers. Okay, yeah, seltzers.
Yeah, we will be judged for that. Like that, they're gonna look back and judge us for that, I think.
All right, we got about 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. So you mentioned that you worked for what, Savannah Morning News?
So I did for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And that's sort of how I got a lot of my contacts here in Savannah and in the area, and that's how I broke into sports media. And then in February of 2020, I left the Morning News, and then, like I said, sports shuts down in March, so it becomes sort of hard to get another full-time gig covering sports for a living. So since then, I've been contract writing and freelance writing.
That's awesome.
And I'm fortunately been able to pay my bills that way for a year and a half to almost 2 years now. So it's been it's a grind, but I wouldn't advise it for anyone. It's certainly not something you want to do if you're looking for stability or like lucrative paychecks. But I really enjoy it, and it's given me a lot of opportunities to talk to different kind of people.
So with the podcast, I mean, is the goal for, that to be like the primary source of income? Is it to, maybe use it as a stepping stool, something else?
I mean, no, for us, like we started it because like I wanted to start it because my friend Spencer would give all these ludicrous takes at the bar, and I had to document some of these things because people wouldn't believe it. They wouldn't believe it. And so that's why we started it. And honestly, I wanted to stay sort of fresh for if I didn't know a pandemic was around the corner, obviously. Yeah. So I wanted to sort of stay fresh and be able to, have that and not be rusty if I was going to go into another job where I would have to do that for a living. And so that's how it started. But luckily we have sponsors that allow us to dedicate a lot of time to it. I don't know if the goal is not to like blow up or make it huge somehow, that would be awesome, obviously. But that's sort of not the goal.
Okay.
I think we just want to keep going for as long as we can, as long as people are listening.
Sure.
The good thing about podcasts is that you get so much feedback for, I mean, literally all these stats and numbers, so you can kind of tell what topics people are and aren't interested in.
Yeah.
And what interviews people are and aren't interested in. So it's a really good medium.
Yeah, I mean, it's like with the podcasting stuff online, there's more stats available than we have for broadcasting on the air.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Like, it's honestly a little scary what they know and what they don't know.
Yeah, the feedback that podcasts could bring are incredible. Like with radio, there is, and it's same thing with like TV. Like, you don't really know, and outside of like the streaming world, where obviously the numbers are made to those companies and given to those companies immediately. Like radio, there's no really great way of gauging it.
Yeah,
and then there's a company that does it, and they make us pay a very large amount of money to do that. But they're kind of the only game in town, and they don't even have a great way of doing it.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's not exact, right? I mean,
no, I mean it's nowhere close. I can describe it to you, and you look at me and be like, "That's the dumbest thing ever."
All right, guys, we'll be right back. It is beer for breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. They've got Slippery When Wet in the Soundgarden tomorrow night, tribute to Bon Jovi. Get more details, get some tickets at coaches.net. We're joined in studio by Travis from the Hot Grits podcast. If people want to check out the Hot Grits podcast, sports-related podcast, how can they do so?
Yeah, so anywhere you find your podcasts, Apple, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or anchor.fm/hotgrits.
Okay, easy enough.
Yeah.
But we're here to drink beer. We did one on the air. We had a stream exclusive beer. So let's, what do we got for beer number 3, Marshall?
All right, so this is back to the Steamworks Brewing Place that we just had our last beer from. This is from Durango, Colorado. This beer is called the Sultan of Stoke. Not Stroke, but Stoke. This is a juicy IPA coming in at 6.1% alcohol. It's got some killer can art there if you're watching on the live stream. It has a picture of a gentleman in a beanie cap. He's got some sunglasses on that show some mountains in the background, some great color. And then he has this beard. The beard actually, though, has like a mountain trail built right into it. So the can art is spot on. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. This is a juicy IPA. So this is going to blow Travis's everyman beer mind, because this beer is going to be quite the flavor impact for him.
Yeah, I feel overmatched by this one already. The word juicy sort of gets to me there.
It's a weird description that's been added over the past few years that's definitely become kind of like a buzzword for beer. So
the adjectives on the side of beer cans are sort of getting out of hand, I think.
Oh, I mean, and so are the ingredients inside the can. I mean, it's I mean, now it's like there's pastry stouts and there's breakfast stouts and there's all these different things. I mean, it's like at this point in time, just to keep up with anything new, they will throw anything into a beer, so it can kind of get crazy.
So with this beer, there's actually no great description on it that I can find. But once again, we're trying the Sultan of Stoke. It's a juicy IPA coming at 6.1%, coming from Steamworks Brewing, which is in Durango, Colorado. Our good friend Tony, who's a member of the Horde and an owner of a Perfect Touch Massage, she brought this beer back to us from her vacation. So let's go ahead and start the review process, gentlemen. Let's take a big old sniff.
It's about what you'd expect from a juicy IPA. A lot of citrus.
Yeah, a lot of citrus. You got some nice hoppy notes in there, but it's not overbearing. Like, it's not going to be an aggressively hoppy beer that is going to utterly wreck your palate.
I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't do like a double take when I came in there to take a whiff, so I'm okay.
Anything we missed on the nose of that, Travis?
No, I just think it smells like something that like a guy would drink who wears like sunglasses inside. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a good thing though.
It's a great thing.
Totally a good thing.
It's great.
All right, let's go ahead and hold it up to the light. If you're watching the live stream, you'll be able to tell that it doesn't have much carbonation running through it, but a nice golden color throughout.
All right, guys, beer number 3. Cheers.
Cheers. It's subtle.
Oh,
it's easy. It's an easy drinker. I'm actually not mad at this one. Cotter, what do you think?
No, this is nice, man. So, yeah, it's super easy to drink. I mean, a lot of these, juicy IPAs get a little too citrusy. I mean, it's like you're drinking a juice.
Yeah.
But with this, it's like the hint is there. It's got that citrus taste to it, but it also is just an IPA. Yeah. I like this beer.
The hop flavor's not overbearing as
not at
well.
all.
So this thing it almost slides down the slopes too easy, if you know what I mean.
I won't use the word hops in my review. I'm scared to though.
You should be. Travis, what do you think of this beer?
To me, it's similar to the one we did on the stream.
Okay.
The second one.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear what y'all's ratings are. I don't want to say it's like. I feel like the can makes it more complicated than what it tastes like. But again, this may not be like the kind of beer that I'm drinking a full can of.
Right.
But if someone hands me this, like I think this is worthy of a full cup.
Yeah. A free beer is always the greatest beer.
True.
In the
I
world.
think that's basically the moral.
Yeah, that's definitely math. I'm pretty sure. All right, Cotter. So on the beer scale of supremacy, what are you going to give Sultan of Stoke from Steamworks Brewing Company of Durango, Colorado, a juicy IPA?
Okay. After taking a few more drinks, I am missing. I don't know. There needs to be more citrus, I guess is what I'm getting to. So it is missing a little bit for me. So I'm going to go 3.13.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
3.13. It's good. I don't think it's something I buy, but like Travis said, if somebody handed it to me, drinking it all day long.
Absolutely. Well, Travis, let's go to you, man. On the beer scale of supremacy, once again, the Sultan of Stoke, the juicy IPA. What are we going to give this thing on the beer scale of supremacy for you?
All right, I'm going to give this one a 3.1. A 3.1 gets 1.5 for the look on the can, and I'm going to give it 1.6. I think my math's right there. 1.6
sounds right.
on the taste.
Yeah. Okay.
So that comes out to a 3.1, which is serviceable. I think
that is the most thought that has ever gone into a beer scale of supremacy.
At least between the three of us. Yeah, 100%. This beer, now that I actually had a few further investigative drinks, because I am a Sherlock Holmes of beers, I don't love it as much. I actually agree with you. It does drink incredibly easy. Like if you hand this to me on an incredibly hot day at a baseball game, it would be gone within 5 minutes. There is no doubt on that. But this is missing something in the flavor profile. This is, when they talk about hits or misses, this is a pretty big miss, I think, on their part. Now, it's not bad, but I'm going to give this possibly one of the lowest ratings I've thrown out there in quite some time. This one's getting a 2.51.
Wow.
2.51. Okay. This is just a very mediocre okay beer.
I get it. I get that. All right. Travis from Hot Grits Podcast, thank you so much for stopping by today, man.
Yeah, man, this was a blast. I really appreciate it.
So, once again, people want to check out your podcast. How do they do it?
Yeah, Hot Grits Podcast on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Google Podcasts, anywhere you find your podcast. I think the easiest way to do it is just go to Google and type in the Hot Grits Podcast.
Okay.
And then it'll take you from there. It'll give you all kinds of different options.
All right. Perfect. Coming up next, we got Marshall's Music News. Here's a day to remember. It's everything we need. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. All right. There we go.
All right, Travis, you got to sign the Wall of Fame while you're in here.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't know if it's really the Wall of Fame. It's just whatever this is. But every guest has signed the wall, from rock stars to beer guys. And I think Mike is here. We'll grab Mike and we'll do a quick picture as well.
Why'd Mike show up? Come on, man. It's
I
Friday.
don't know why anyone honestly shows up on a Friday, at least here. So, all right, I'm going to be right back.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Oh, yeah. I like it. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, man, thank you for stopping by. That was awesome. That was very fun. That was cool. That was very cool. Like it's like we get, a lot of times with this, it's a bunch of beer guys coming in, and they rep the company and they do all this, and it's like you're not getting, here's how I honestly feel about this.
Yeah.
It's a 5. No, it's not, man. So that was fun.
Well, I didn't want to come in here and start giving round numbers, like round score. I know better than to give rookie scores like that.
No, that was fun. That was good.
Man, I appreciate it.
All right.
I enjoy watching you guys. Y'all did a really good job.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's fun. The video thing was definitely, it was different. a little bit of an adjustment, but it's been cool, man. I'm glad we decided to do that. It makes the 4 hours go by way quicker.
It's really nuts. You guys do 4 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Monday through, that's incredible. And then you do the stream in between. I don't think people realize.
It's nonstop. It's crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's weird.
But you formed a little community already.
Yeah,
I can tell.
No, everybody on the stream is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Mike's going to take a quick picture for
All right,
us.
we'll be right back, guys.
So we can post it on the Facebook. We'll do it right in front of the wall here. So awesome. This, Tyler, here.
One second, let me start firing down that. Okay, there we go.
I could do like the mom move where I hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The mom move. I can also do that.
Yeah, man.
I haven't looked at him yet, but I will. I will take a peek. Hold on. Yeah, I'll fix that. I'll fix those pictures. Yeah.
We'll take care of it in post.
Yeah, we'll post those up, bud. I'll message you those direct message here in a little bit once I do clean it up. Yeah, dude.
Thank you very much, man. That was awesome.
Good to finally see you again.
meet you.
And then, hey, before how much time we got?
I got another song going.
Oh, okay, cool. Talk to you about doing fantasy football. Are you still cool with coming in and doing that with us?
Yeah.
Cool. What day? Yeah, so we're doing so we have our own league that we do with listeners that we're drafting tomorrow at Debilation at 3. So that should be fun. But what day? I forget what day. We're looking at Wednesdays.
I think
right?
it was Wednesday. Big Guys Thursday.
Oh yeah, Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Right? Because at 9 a.m. we have
now
Explain the Bachelor.
Explain the Bachelor. Yeah.
So are you available Wednesdays very early in the morning at 8 a.m.?
Yeah.
Cool. So I guess it would be next week.
Holy crap!
Yeah, because I mean football starts.
All right.
So football starts. So the NFL will kick off a week
Thursday. Yeah. Next Thursday.
Yeah. So what we'll do is it's kind of just like an extension of a bit that we did when we did the afternoon show, but we wanted a different voice on it, and you're perfect for it. So like stardom sit-ems essentially. So it'll be a 2-break piece that we'll do at the start of the 8 o'clock hour, and we'll have you do, hey, here's 3 guys that you should definitely start, or like 3 guys you should start, and then give us like a little bit of a storyline if there's a storyline going on, like, hey, this guy blew out his Achilles and also hates his coach, and then the next break would be sit-ups, just like absolutely do not start David Montgomery of the Bears because the offensive line is garbage. I'm obviously a Bears fan, so if you're, I can't believe they're starting. Whatever, man. Don't bring that up. Positive vibes only for this Chicago Bears season. Just what I'm telling myself. You're a Dolphins fan? No, good for you, though, man. You got it going on. I feel good about the Dolphins. Yeah, he's kind of a coin toss, but he's too nice. Yeah. More like Aaron Rodgers. Tua needs to do, stop talking to his family. Yeah. Stop talking to his family. All right, man. I'll message you over the weekend, and we'll get the details plotted out. But we'll shoot for that, man, if that's cool. Cool, dude.
Cool, man. Thank you very much. I got 2 minutes.
And Travis, fun guy, man. Great having him.
That was fun.
Great having him in studio.
I mean, there's a podcast there where it's like you do all these crazy funky beers with somebody who doesn't drink crazy funky beers.
Right.
And he'd be perfect with that. That would be so much fun.
Tim says, did you guys see How Many Days? I'm sorry, I didn't see. What is that in regards to?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Charles says, Marshall, did you see my text? Just a little something to make you jealous as you all look out your little window.
Yeah, Tim, with that juicy IPA, it's like the initial drink of it. I was like, oh, that's good. And then you have a couple more, and you're like, no, I'm missing some of the juiciness. I need to have more with that.
Oh, nice. Where's Charles at? Oh, I think he's down. Is that River Street? Where the hell is? Nope, that's not River Street.
Oh, wait. I guess look at the door. I guess Tim put in shut the door and see what it says.
I see what he did.
69 days.
69.
Nice.
69. All right. Hilarious, Tim. When's the hilarity going to stop with you? Here's a picture Charles just sent me. This is the coolest selfie Charles has ever taken.
You are.
He goes, you should be jealous of me. And I'm like, you're on the water?
If anybody, show that picture again. If anybody has ever wondered why we call this man
Big, bald, and sexy.
That's why. Look at that.
And I know what you're saying to yourself. That guy probably slugs some craft beers. Nope. He drinks Mick Ultras, and I love him for it. Every time it's damn near every time I see Charles.
Yeah.
He is. I always go by him a Mick Ultra. He's my boy.
That's why I call him big, bald, and sexy, man.
Yeah.
Nothing but
you
big,
take
bald,
care of your
sexy
people,
there.
and you know what? When you see Charles out in public, I don't care. 3 a.m., 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 7 p.m. You throw a Mick Ultra at that gentleman, he will love you.
All right, 15 seconds, guys. Be right back. Story number 1. Big thanks to Travis from the Hot Grits podcast stopping by a beer for breakfast today. Right now, we're jumping into story number 1. It's Marshall's Music News.
So, Local H, remember them?
I do.
I've got a great story about how much I don't like them. But
what?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
I do not like Local H.
Okay.
Now you can tell me later.
The music's fun. I'll tell you later. So Local H have announced a brand new covers LP. It's called Local H's Awesome Quarantine Mixtape number 3.
Like that.
Of course, they have shared 2 singles from this, one including Brandy, You're a Fine Girl, originally by Looking Glass, and Hackensack, originally by Fountains of Wayne. Now, this album is set to be released on CD, LP, box set, digital on October 8th. And the other covers on this are very, very interesting. They do a Prince cover of When Doves Cry. They do a Robert Plant cover of Big Log. Interesting. Blondie's cover of Dreaming, or Blondie Dreaming. And they also do, they do 2 Prince covers with When Doves Cry. Big Prince type of feel to Local H's mixtape. Now, these guys obviously have been very, very busy. They did a lot of at-home concerts.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they would do stuff in their bathrooms, in their bedrooms, and they would constantly live stream during the pandemic. Now, they've done other mixtapes as well, doing covers from Eddie Vedder to Soul Asylum to all sorts of other stuff. So very interesting stuff the guys have been up to. And, of course, if you love Local H, which I do, but I don't like the guy who sings in the band, they have a brand new quarantine mixtape coming out on October 8th.
All right, before we get out of here, one more story with Marshall's Music News. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of like Prescribed Burn, that beer.
Like I said, though, I mean, it's a good novel. It's when it comes to spice and pepper beers, it's probably the best, if not one of the best I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
It has a nice kick to it where most of them don't. It has nice flavor to it. They didn't try to do anything crazy and do like some hot IPA or hot whatever. They just kept the beer simple.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't. You're not pounding those, man. I think you figure out a way to throw it into a Bloody Mary, and I think that'd be great.
Huh? Oh, that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Mac, you can come in here.
You okay?
Mac, jump on the camera and tell us why you're having a bad day. What's wrong? Did you work out too hard at CrossFit last night where you're too sore?
Banded kip swing pull up yesterday. I did 5 of them.
What? Say what you just said again.
Banded kip swing.
Kip swing with a K.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pull up.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a sexual maneuver? What is that?
No, it's a.
And you did 5 of them?
I did. Not all at once.
Very happy for you, Marshall. Breaking horrible news.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Tim Engineer, Cotter, and Marshall. We'll be working tomorrow on Can't Make Cake Day. That's from Big, Bold, and Sexy.
Right.
I'm disappointed.
What the hell, man? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that to us, Charles? Tim goes, I'm legit bummed, dude. Charles, send your family out instead.
Yes, yeah.
Your son is a spitting image of you, just with hair. So I know he may be at school right now, but have him drive back in for Cake Day.
That's fair.
And you can come and verbally abuse Tim if you can't be there.
Sean, do you guys like juicy IPAs? I do. I mean, if you get a good one, yes,
Yeah.
I do. We're coming right out of the stops.
Okay. Mac, tell us what you're doing this weekend. Everyone knows what we're doing. What are you doing?
Got a lot to record today for the weekend. I'm starting on Hot 98.3 this weekend overnights.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then remote tomorrow.
Where are you going to be?
Chatham Parkway, Toyota 11 and 1.
Ooh.
Exit 162 right off of 60.
Mm-hmm.
Cake Day.
Am I getting your mom tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Won't
I
be the
will give
only
you-
lady he's picking up tomorrow.
I will give you her number so that you can give her.
Don't worry about it. He's already got it.
Okay. Weird.
I don't give you your mom's number.
I'm sorry. I have your mom's number.
Yeah. So yeah, send that to me.
How do you?
He does. So because I want to. So yeah, we'll probably need to be her way 12:15, 12:30 at the latest. So because I got to pick up a cake too.
I need a nap Saturday, but I'll probably nap during the Alabama game.
As you cover up, you didn't want.
It doesn't hear.
If I cover up the name, they won't hear me.
There's playing Miami, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
You're gonna absolutely crush them.
You might be excited to know that I think I'm going to be an NFL fan now.
What?
Yeah.
What team?
Okay, what NFL team? Don't say the Falcons. You're gonna hate
No.
life. Okay, good job.
It's between the Dolphins.
Okay, I don't hate that.
The
we
Patriots.
just had a Dolphin. No, don't go with the Patriots.
You're way
Okay,
past
not
that
the
bandwagon. Don't
Yeah.
jump on that now.
Dolphins. What was the other one? Because Tua Tagovailoa is
right. Alabama guy.
I was going to say. So what are the reasonings for these picks?
Mac Jones is quarterback for Patriots.
Oh, you were probably thinking of Jalen Hurts because he was
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, you can't be an Eagles fan.
Okay, so
You're not an
Dolphins.
asshole, so you literally cannot be.
I do love me some Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay, so you're a Miami Dolphins fan. We just chose for you.
Yeah.
So Travis, who was just in here, he is a Dolphins fan as well. So you
Cool.
can actually watch games of Travis. Nice guy.
They're all working tomorrow. I will try to get away so Tim doesn't feel unloved. Very nice.
Hey Tim, honestly, I would tell you to not dress the way you do tomorrow, but honestly, just dress the way you do so people can know who you are immediately, even if they don't know.
Plaid on Converse.
That is an excellent description
really
of Tim.
Make sure it's the new pair of Converse.
Oh yeah, you
He did get some new ones.
Are they high tops or low tops?
You know what? I didn't look that far up,
Well,
but I
know
saw
that was
they were new.
that was a trick question because his pants were so long.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah, they did not fit him.
All right, guys, be right back. All right, before we get out of here, one more time, Marshall's music news.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
I'm having such a good time just drinking beers and stuff with beer for breakfast.
mean,
I've continued beer for breakfast without you.
I could just
I'm having a good
say
time.
what we've got going on this week, and we can move on.
Real quickly,
Okay.
Brent Smith of Shinedown,
Yeah.
he's going on tour like next week.
Yeah.
He decided to play a pickup game of basketball in South Carolina. I think he's somewhere near Charleston-ish area,
Okay.
pretty close to us. He sprained his thumb. And instead of going to a doctor, he actually just called up a doctor friend and over like a Zoom call. He's like, "Yeah, just put this little weird like thumb condom on and don't play pickup basketball for like 2 weeks." So Brent Smith, although his thumb is sprained, his voice is just fine, and he'll be performing all over the place over the next few months as Shinedown is going on tour.
So I love, Dave Grohl, breaks a leg, Axl Rose breaks a leg, they get a big throne,
Right.
And Brent Smith's like, oh, I sprained my thumb.
What if he just had like a music stand with like one of those like pillows that they put like a ring on for like a ceremony? He just laid it on top and he just stood in place the entire time.
Be the most rock star thing ever in a weird, bizarre way. All right, Labor Day weekend goes down this weekend. There's so much stuff going on tonight, man, or this weekend. Don't forget, we've got Cake Day. It's going down tomorrow, Debilation Brewing, Richmond Hill, 1 o'clock. You're a member of the Horde. Come on out. We will legitly have cake.
Yeah, I mean, it's even if you're not a member of the Horde, we have ice cream cake.
Yeah.
It's free while supplies last. And then the first 20 members of the Horde or people that just come down and say hi to Cotter and I, starting at 1 o'clock, Debilation, we'll hook them up with one free beer, courtesy of Debilation and us.
So please come on out to Debilation. Hang with us tomorrow. It's like our first Horde meetup. We'd love to see as many people as possible. Once again, 1 o'clock. And then, of course, all weekend long, it is the big 20th anniversary countdown, the top 1,061 songs ever played on Rock 106.1. In fact, it kicks off as soon as we're off the air. We're going right into number 1061.
That's 1,061.
Yes.
And do you want to spoil what it is? Do you want to say what it is?
Sure. We're going to fire it up. No, Max shaking head. We're going to fire it up.
Right.
King Missile.
Oh.
Detachable penis.
Mac, you ever heard of that one?
Nope.
Okay. So back in the day when I was doing afternoons, before Marshall got here, the drive home was all request. I got this song requested so much.
Right.
It had to make this countdown.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing all the songs that are going to make the list because we have local bands in there.
Yes.
We have some weird stuff we haven't played probably in years making the list. And this goes all Labor Day weekend long through Monday around 7 o'clock, I think is when we hit number 1.
7 o'clock.
So it's going to be a fun, long weekend. So, I mean, between Cake Day tomorrow and our fantasy football drafts, I have multiple this weekend. New movies like Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings. I mean, there's tons and tons of things to do this weekend. Go out and have a fun one.
All right, we've got the 20th anniversary countdown kicking off next. Thank you guys for hanging out today. We will talk to you on Tuesday or out tomorrow at Debilation. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Just a couple more things. We are off the air on Monday, obviously, because of Labor Day. Also, our full interview, 30 minutes of Cotter and me with the one and the only Y2J, Chris Jericho, is available right now on our YouTube channel. We'll also share that via social media over the weekend if for some reason you forget to check that out. Mac, any last words? Turn the mic on.
Shang-Chi on Sunday.
Is it Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
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 Screwed that up.
This whole time you've been saying Shang-Chi.
Well, that's how every American, like P.F. Chang's.
Okay, I get it.
Shang.
Panda Express. There's no foreign words.
Cotter, any last words?
You know what? Come out to Cake Day, guys.
Yes.
If you can make it, come out to Cake Day. I want to see as many people as we can out there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Debilation Brewing Company, 1 p.m. tomorrow. Come have some cake and some beers with us. And once again, thank you to Dave and the crew at Debilation Brewing Company for allowing us to come out and stink up the joint tomorrow. We're excited to get out there. And you guys have a great Labor Day weekend. Tuesday morning, we're back, 6 a.m.